Well, here we go. Wait, did I mute mod view? No, there we go. Problem solved. I don't have mod view going anymore, so I'm not hear myself. What? This takes a minute and 30 seconds? What is this? What the fuck is this? Paladin Panda, why does this take 90 seconds to date the bunny boy and Blush Blush? And also ads on my phone because, you know, I'm not entirely sure. Well, all we really care about is simping for Mio because...
Looking for some force feedback, are we? Come here.
Yeah, I don't have multipliers in this game yet. Just like I need to get the multipliers on my phone. Take the... But I thought I gave you VIP. Hold up. / VIP... I swear. Alright, you should have VIP now. So which probably means that FossaBot and TwitchBot won't give two shits what you say. But I'm taking the L because I'm playing that, and I'm gonna poke Mew again because why not?
I think you're taking this whole touchscreen thing a little too literally.
My laptop is not a touchscreen. The only touchscreen I have is my phone. Straight up. Oh boy. It's time to play this game and I've heard that it's emotional, so I'm probably gonna fucking cry. But here we go. Terms of use and privacy policy. I have safe for work mode on, right? Uncensored mode unchecked. Alright, we're safe. Oh, it's me and Dale both did it. Oh! How was the game ending last night? Bro, we basically got the best ending right now. You know? Because technically there is no like harm ending or any of that yet. But apparently I think they're talking about doing it. So like, it's possible that it's going to happen. Yet. I'm waiting for it, and when it does get added, I'm going to do it. I think Mio was hinting that they're doing an update this week, so we're looking forward to that. I know we're getting 20 more save slots for saves coming, but as far as we know, we don't know anything else if we're getting anything in Hush Hush. Do you guys want protagonist voice 1 or 2?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
Actually, wait, no, we're going with that one. Alright, we're going with uncensored mode, no. We're gonna go with Tensor because he's cool. And the game contains substantive content and is intended for mature audiences. For more information about our content warnings, visit here. Please confirm that you're over the age of 13 and wish to continue. Oh, guys, I don't think we can do it. I don't think we can do it because, you know, I didn't do a voice, I voiced myself. With your Psychmaster voice. I'm gonna have the protagonist do it because why not? Female voice is Liliana, by the way. That's right! I remember that from the what do you call it? What stream was it? The Q&A stream. The Q&A stream.
I don't remember much about the world before
Oh.
the sickness.
There we go, that's better.
I was just a kid when it started, too young to fully grasp all the changes happening across the globe. Looking back, it was as though some cosmic clearance bin of trashy dystopian paperbacks was spilling plot points out onto reality. You had your unknown virus, your slow-to-act world leaders, your extremists, deniers on one end, doomsday preppers on the other, and overall just a heck of a lot of scandal and angst.
Nova doesn't seem that bad, but I'll say this: we should probably wait until Nova full gets released in Crush before we can really give like a final verdict kind of deal. Because once we do that, you know, we'll know everything about Nova, and it's gonna be all good. But hey, you know, the more voices one character or like one voice actress does, oh my god, that just adds more to the resume, you know? So she does Nova, Liliana, and protagonist in this game, among other voices. It's just out of this world what happens, you know? Because I will say, when Nova comes out, I think I've already said this on stream, but when Nova comes out, I am doing a soft reset. I'm gonna go... Not a full reset, because no, fuck that. Wait. No, there's what do you call it? A sale on the phone right now for Crush Crush. And yes, I'm playing it on my phone because why not? How close am I actually to my final achievement? 93.33%. It is what it is. But I'll be clicking this button when Nova comes out. Because why not? Oh yeah, didn't you subscribe in Mio's chat? Or a Mio's stream earlier? I think I saw you. I know I saw Paladin. I think I saw... I don't remember if I saw That Dead Meme 101. I know I saw Potter Cow, and who else was it that I saw? Rubik Solver, I saw him. I'm forgetting who else I saw. But also at the same time I was like lurking and more paid tenching the art. I got gifted it. That's right, you got gifted. I mean, I'm not sure if he's made one of her streams yet. Meme. Okay, I wasn't at Mio's. You know, it is what it is, you know? That's all that matters, you know? It is what it is. Oh boy. Poke. Oh, she didn't say anything different.
Oh yeah, you're totally touching me to tickle me. I can't wait for you to slip and fall on top of me later.
Paladin Panda, didn't you send a picture of her saying that in her... What uniform was it that you had her in and made her do it? Raptor's here. Oh yeah, Raptor, you have a fucking sub from what's his name? Potter Cow. I don't think Potter's here right now. What? What? Hold up. What? What? Where's my censored screen? Oh, Rapper, you didn't fix it. God damn it. Paladin got timed out for sending a link. What is going on? Fossabot? No, I don't want to go to Twitch. I want to go to my dashboard. Open dashboard. Yo, it's one we can dogs. Well, Raptor, you're the one who shared your thing in Discord. Oh yeah, Raptor, do exclamation point 8-ball because 8-ball has changed. Nice, didn't realize explaining Mio's outfit was a link. Wait, what? So you have to, you know, for 8-ball, you have to do 8-ball and then a question. Because we're using Fossabot now because Stream Elements does not like Paladin Panda at all. It's hitting me again, I'm a victim. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with all these bots. Now everyone wants to do 8-ball. Do exclamation point commands. Then you'll see all the commands you guys have access to. And some of them will be like, what do you call it? Mod only. 8-ball, am I getting doxxed? Don't count on it. Ooh! Ooh, Raptor, you're gonna get fucking wrecked at some point. Her unique one, I don't have that one yet. And yes, I'm looking at Discord bots. I don't have that one yet. I'm not the ultimate simp. I'm a pleb simp.
Don't worry, Tiger. You let me pick the theme of the wedding, and I'll let you pick the theme of the honeymoon. I'm gonna wear this shopping and see how long it takes before I get tossed out of the mall. Let's go!
This one's one of my favorite outfits of her because, oh my god, it looks so good. Can Fossabot stop trying to kill everyone? Okay. No, I'm not gonna show you guys my history, okay? My history is not clean right now. Commands. I'm gonna cry. Let me disable it then. Spam filters. Link filters. Actually, Paladin Panda, send me what you're trying to send so I can see why it's trying to block you from sending it. Impacted roles. Excludes VIP. Actually, wait. Paladin Panda, try it now. I think I solved the problem. I think I solved the problem just by a click of a few buttons. It should be good to go. Here goes. Alright, let's see if it works. Hey, you can send Diva now. Why is that a link? Apparently it sees a dot and then it goes, okay, that's a link. Which is, to me, a load of bullshit if you ask me. You know? Stop clicking, stop.
Don't worry, Tiger. You let me pick the theme of the wedding, and I'll let you pick the theme of the honeymoon.
Raptor, you failed. You did I.P. That's not even close to link, man. Oh my god, Raptor.
Ermagerd, vanity items are my jam! Oh man, I feel all customized now. Sweet!
Oh my god, so you're trying to say that it looks like Diva's outfit? And it's like, nah, you can't fucking say that? Wow.
Okay, I'm gonna put this on, but next chance I get, I'm gonna buy you some cosplay for a little roleplay.
We're gonna do it, alright? We're gonna do it.
What it boiled down to was this: stay away from each other.
Well, I guess we gotta stay away from each other now, but, you know... How did you get the DX one? I don't have it yet. Oh wait, no, the DX wedding? If I recall correctly, it was a sale in the store. And I think you had to just buy any of them, and it'll give you the DX outfit. I think that's what it was, but it's a sale that happens every once in a while.
This veil is beautiful. I'll try not to rip it off and scratch it with my back feet, but no guarantees.
Must have missed it. I think it's for
decided
all
to
of
show
them.
that pretty little mug again. Fair warning, I'm gonna cry, and my mascara's gonna make me look like a melting raccoon. This is the best day ever.
A melting raccoon? Girl, Snuffy is fucking hot, alright? And she's a raccoon girl, alright? I need to do it when it comes because I need that Cassie outfit. Bro, it's Cassie. I still can't believe it's blocking Diva. Let me see if I can go into the bot and enable it to not block Diva. Because, let's admit, Diva's pretty hot. Alright, I put it in. Cast meme. Cast meme. Oh boy. Oh boy, you guys are insane with all of this. Wait, did I start the thing in Blush Blush? Next.
Hey!
Give me that, give me it. Yeah, alright, moving on.
Yep, that simple. Stay away. Because the sickness mutated so rapidly, spread so easily, and killed so many, that preventing transmission was the only way to stop it from wiping out the human race.
Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't.
A cure could be developed, they told us. Would be developed, they promised.
Raptor remembers this. When Raptor remembers something, that's always good. Raptor, what? Did you say hi to IRL Leah this week at all? Man, I remember narrating these lines myself. Well, I figured they did the voice acting, so I should have the voice acting, you know, do it. Not because I'm lazy, alright, but because they put the effort into putting in, so I'm like, alright, never? Raptor, why not, man? Come on, Raptor. Come on, man.
Somehow. Someday.
Later on, especially when I was able to put emotion on. Me putting emotion to something is like one of the worst things ever. I'm being alerted by Twitter for tweets by Mio. Let's check them out on stream. Hey Raptor, you remember Twitter time from like back in the good old days? And I'm talking like back in the good old days. Wait, is this a new role or a new emote we're gonna get? Hold up. What is this? Not safe for work. This is a place to check out more lewd fan art, uncut if you're willing to scroll through pages and pages of the thread. Hold up. I need to double check this. Open in private window. Oh my god. I would get banned so hard for this. Oh my god. Oh jeez. Bro, the Hentai Foundry stuff is so insane. Alright, I can show some of the stuff because, you know, it's not all evil. You guys should see my Twitter feed, by the way. It's interesting. But look, Mia's in horny jail, guys. She's straight up in horny jail. Maybe this is gonna be a new emote we're gonna get. Which, hey, would be really nice. Hey, that boy Dale's here. How you doing, man? I think you're in England or something, right? Sussy, very sussy. Potato dance. Wait, that's right, Rapper. You made that one, right? That sounds about right. That boy Dale says yee, so that's right. Yep. I still can't believe Raptor made that emote, by the way. I bet that's his favorite one.
Life changed. Everything from school and work to medical appointments and family dinners became virtual. And as it turns out, hosting an online society requires a lot of computer programming.
Raptor's been waiting forever to... Yeah, you made that one too. Some of the emotes you actually made. Like, here, let me go to the channel real quick and show which ones you made and which ones I made, and show what nothing is anymore. Channel. And now everyone gets to see all of the simping I do. 5 minutes easy? What is it? Ooh, damn! Alright, so Raptor made that one. I made that one. I think I made that one? I don't remember that one. Raptor, did you make that one? I think you did. I know you made that one. Oh yeah, that one. I think that was the first one you did. Ooh. Oh god, Sea-Dog, one of my friends simps hard for him. I'm not gonna say anything bad about it. And the other two above him are Bruce Dropped Him Off and XQC. The only reason why I follow XQC is because I'm just like, you know what? Whatever, he's the biggest name on Twitch. And Bruce Dropped Him Off, I followed him because he's part of, what do you call it? OTK, my favorite, what do you call it? Organization. XQC is lazy. Bro, he is. He could stream porn and Twitch won't give a shit. That's my opinion about it. Raptor, are you gonna do Yanfei Ban, by the way? Oh yeah, CJ Bonk, I remember that one. Potato Stonk. DJ Sway. All of these, and then I'm sure you guys probably see all this. This is if you have 7TV.app. And then you can have all of these very sus emotes. No one cares, okay? No one cares. Yanfei Ban. Yep, you got it right. Alright, there we go. Visco Boba Arrive. I don't remember that one. Oh yeah, Ball Wink. Very sus. Yes. Boob Sword, because why not? Wait, Klee! Klee! I don't remember that one. Yanfei Giggles. Sure, Raptor will like that one. Oh yeah, that one. That one's interesting. Sussy emotes. It's my fault, okay? Raptor and anyone else in chat had nothing to do with this. Okay, Raptor had one thing to do with this. He had a thing to do with all the Yanfei emotes. Hydrate. Alright. Alright, watch this. Okay, I can't get my nail under that, so we're bringing out the truck keys. My hands are wet, I can't grab this shit. I did Leah and Yanfei, okay? I don't remember if we have... There we go, you guys can have Eula ass while I open this can. Using my truck keys, because... Hell yeah, brother. And no, my truck's not one of them lifted trucks, it's a stock truck. Alright? Someday it might be a V8. That kind of helped my throat a little bit. I'm getting DM'd on Twitch right now. I'm in your walls. LMAO. Stream Manager Raptor, can you help this? Damn, I'm not VIP. Do I even have another VIP actually? I don't remember how many VIP slots I have. VIP... And then, you know what, screw it. I don't remember how many I get. It was either 5 or 10 for the beginning. Like the first set of this, but hold up, where it was it Killover? Where is it? There we go. Killover _ 6452. There we go. Everyone gets it all. Unable to add VIP. Oh, so I'm out. I didn't think you'd open it on stream, LMAO. That meme 101. Well, this is why I go to my censored screen, which apparently I don't have. Which I do not understand why I don't have it on that one. I don't know why. But I like my censored screen. What does that meme 101 say? They're a fraud. I'm the one in your walls. They aren't. Interesting. You ask me, this is very interesting. But yeah, I think I have 5 VIPs and that's it. Sussy memers. We still need to go through the emotes. What else do we have? Shy dance. Booty spin. You guys can spam Monka toss at me so that I don't get banned. And then if I do get banned, you can do caps banned and ban me. Or Bulba. Yoey! Oh yeah, DDLC! I forgot to put a bunch of DDLC. And Leah. Alright, there we go. That's it. Click.
Like, a lot. Lucky for me, I'd always had a knack for stuff like that. It was easy to get trained and even easier to find work. When's the last time you heard a young person say that, huh? I did programming for medical services, government websites, automated manufacturing. There was no shortage of freelance contracts.
Raptor, you can find your own Leo, okay? I know you said you're borrowing a friend's laptop, but you can always install something and then uninstall it, you know? Anyway, my adios might need to be up early. Well, hopefully you won't need to be up early, you know? Hopefully you can sleep in because, well, that's right, you guys don't have Labor Day over in England. But, hey, it is what it is, you know? Blame Raptor when you need to blame something or someone, because Raptor is stream manager. He knows how to do everything. Right, Raptor? Oh, how are those sponsors, by the way, Raptor? So we can get the DeLorean for, like, everybody. Because we need to make sure. Can VC and Discord one day, Keck? As Asmon says, you know it, I know it, everybody knows it, it is what it is. Yeah, oh great. How much money were we making, Raptor? I'll follow our sponsors right now, okay?
Of course, places like movie theaters, shopping malls, and restaurants died out. Even farms and factories became rare. So much of the workforce lost.
Half of the world's sponsors already agreed. So you're talking like, are we talking like some of the big companies in the world like Amazon and Rubik's is streaming too. Rubik's Solver 12, right? It was Rubik's. This one, if I recall correctly, right? Yeah, it's this one. It's this one. Doing Vampire Survivors. Bruh, I'd like to do it. It'd be really cool to play this game. Maybe like, what is this? Whispers. That's hilarious. So you sent the emote notification. What do I get? I keep getting random gift subs because all I do is lurk, and then everything just gets tossed at me.
But to be honest, I personally thought all of it was a net gain for the planet. Fewer people meant less pollution. War and terrorism dropped to an all-time low. Most people learned to be at least somewhat self-sufficient.
You know, even though I played this part once already, I just realized it said Sad Panda Park. Where's the red pandas, though? Like, seriously, where are the red pandas?
And as for me, well, since my parents both died not long after my high school graduation, I was probably more self-sufficient than most.
Raptor, where's the sad or the red pandas, alright? Because if the red pandas are here, we need to give them out to Paladin Panda, that dead meme, that boy Dale. We need to give them the little red pandas, a safe place, you know? And mostly because so that we could, you know, use them to bribe to get into SPS, because we all know Mio loves red pandas.
I was alone for a long time. Long enough to be used to it.
Why do I already relate to the game, actually? And, like, we're not even through the prologue. On the way to my house, I'm pretty sure. Sus, but okay, we'll take it.
At least I was healthy. I had my routine, with lots of work to keep me busy and the internet at my fingertips to keep me from getting bored.
Fun fact, in high school, I was at lunch one day with a group of friends, right? And we were all talking about why people commit crime, right? And everyone else came up with their own idea. And I was the last one to say my idea. And I told the group, people commit crime because they get bored. So you need more points to reach 150k. Alright, watch this, watch this. Manage prediction. Start prediction. Will CJ save Scum before Chapter 1 ends? Yes, no, fuck that. I'm gonna give you guys 5 minutes to do this prediction, alright? Will I save Scum before Chapter 1 ends? Alright, I'm gonna do the stakes are big because I'm gonna use my alt account to put a bunch of points in. Alright? Well, I'm gonna wait for Raptor to the side so I don't just do that. Raptor, did you put 10 into yes? No. You know what? 10k points from my alt account onto no. There we go. And yes, my alt account has 100,000 points basically.
What more could I have wanted?
Are you okay, Raptor? I thought that was the prologue and not Chapter 1. So let's actually change it from Chapter 1 to Chapter 2, okay? Alright? Imagine that number 1 is a 2, okay? Just imagine that. And we're all cool, okay? Nothing to fear about it, okay? Oh wait, I was supposed to read. God damn it. I lived in an off-grid cabin that had been in my family for years. When I was young, we used to visit every summer just to get away from it all. I'd probably call it that ironic, but every time I say that word, every time I say that word, someone tells me I'm using it wrong. Anyway, when the sickness started spreading, the cabin became a place to survive. It had everything a small family could need. Though, like I said, by this time, I was the sole member of my bubble. I was used to take care of myself. Alrighty, hey, look, it is what it is. It was just a very tiny typo, okay? On a good day with the sun shining onto the solar panels, I can get 30 kilowatts, more than enough power to power the appliances in the house and keep the battery bank full. And since the cabin sat near the mountains, I had often got decent power level at night with the wind turbine catching the air coming off the ridge. That does not sound like a bad idea, actually, no? Except, I would say the internet out there would probably not be the best, you know? Unless you can get fiber out there, you know? But that night it was raining hard. Like most evenings, spent this one on my computer playing my favorite idle clicker game and browsing the web for news. The news is mostly doom and gloom, of course, but I like finding the odd tech or space-related article sprinkled in. Who here thinks that this favorite idle clicker game is Cookie Clicker? It's definitely 100% not like Z's time. Rapper, you're going to bed already? You're not going to see if you get your points or not? Man. Raptor, this is why you don't have 150,000 points right now. Because you always go to bed. Communist potato. Yeah, it's totally not CC, it's Cookie Clicker. Actually, wait, CC could be Crush or Cookie Clicker. Uh-oh. That means Zero Suit Samus CJ. You know what? Fair enough, Raptor, alright? Fair enough. Let's see about how badly I wanted aliens to be real. An email danced in the corner of my screen. I opened it. Ah, yet another forward from one of my more gullible work colleagues about possible cure for death-dealing virus. This particular claim apparently stemmed from breakthrough in the study of bovine bodily function.
What a load of bullshit.
Oh yeah. Ah, hell no.
Literally. Good one.
I was pretty much the only company I had to anyone. So yeah, I talked to myself. So wait, you're saying you're like my boss? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, okay? I deleted the email, letting out a heavy sigh. There was a point in time when I found that sort of thing amusing, ridiculous conspiracy theories and clickbait titles, but now I just found them sad. Glanced at the clock, time for tea. Is it bad that I don't drink tea? Okay, I've had tea, alright, so you guys cannot tell me that, oh, you didn't try tea, so you can't. I've had tea before, and I'm like, I didn't like it. Alright? But I don't drink tea, so I guess I don't fit this character. What, Raptor? I'm being honest, alright? Tea is the best. Soda's the best. I love my Sundrop. So good. Tea is bussin'. Like all the sussin'. I'm one of their accidentally kicked a broomstick lying across the floor. Bro, that must have been like one fucking heavy ass broomstick if you scream ow 4 times.
Why is that even there? I never sweep.
I never vacuum. I'm more of a Sprite boyo. Bro, root beer too. I have root beer in the fridge and I didn't grab it. I'm too lazy to go get it though. Unless I need to go to the bathroom, I'll probably go grab it then. Oh well, the world had basically ended, so what was the point of cleaning up? That it wasn't like I was expecting company. I kicked the broom aside and carried on. Why does it sound like me? Like if I had a place, you know, I'd probably get to something like this, but I'd probably not like leave my laundry everywhere. I'd probably put it to a pile so I can be like, okay, go wash this when it gets too full. But at the same time, I'd still be somewhat lazy. And dual monitor setup, that's it? Bro, we're not even going quad monitor setup? You know what? I don't remember the last time I actually had a Sprite, thinking about it. In the kitchen, I steeped a nice big cup of herbal tea. Then I tossed my used tea back into the compost bin, noting as I did that the bin was nearly full. I can't read. Go triple or better, easy. I'm gonna go quadruple. I'd have to take it out soon, empty it into the tumbler with the rest of my food scraps and the plant waste. Then probably in the spring, I'd add fresh compost to the garden, give my plants a healthy nutrition boost. Empty it into the tumbler. Rip tumbler, by the way, for, you know, cleaning up all the adult content. I loved my plants. I wanted them to be strong in case they ever needed to defend the cabin from zombies or traveling salespeople. Bro, I know what game they're referencing to because I used to play this game with this one girl who I'd take to the movies almost all the time. And then one day this girl, she's like, I'm becoming gay because no guy likes me. And I'm like, that's interesting. I'm not even kidding you. Those were the words that came out of her mouth. I mean, Pixie V still exists. You're not wrong about that. They're pretty good. Fanbox, I haven't really gone to Fanbox as much. DeviantArt ain't that bad. What's that other website actually? Was it? Oh yeah, DeviantArt. That's right. And yes, I was looking up this one from Mio stream earlier because Pamu's one of my favorites. Okay. All right. Smirking myself, I stood in the kitchen and sipped my tea. Oh yeah, that's right. So that same girl who I played Plants vs. Zombies with before we go to the movies, one day we started playing Minecraft, right? And we both found a cave and we started living in there. She places her bed down. And then instead of me placing my bed down, I jump onto her bed. And then I start like crouching and uncrouching and going and doing that several times. And she starts saying, no, stop. And then she moved her bed and I put my bed right next to her. And then she's like, no, stop. Dug a hole in the wall to where I couldn't jump up and do my bullshit anymore. And then we slept. She literally dug a hole in the wall so I couldn't do it anymore. It was great. Oh my god. I don't know where she is though, but it is what it is. The only sound was the muffled rush of rain outside, so peaceful. Dude, yes, that day was so sus in Minecraft. It was so sus, but it was so great at the exact same time that I don't know how it happened. Oh, and then one day, wait. She takes me into her room, right? And then she shows me this replica sword thing she has. And then that's basically it, alright? Alright? It is what it is. Well, yeah, she can't sleep next to monsters in Minecraft. Raptor! I can't believe you're calling me a monster. What kind of monster am I then from Minecraft? Alright? Raptor. Hey Raptor, was that Irelia? You should go save her. What was that? I'm not a creeper. Oh my... I don't look like a dick, alright? Guys, do I look like a dick? Like, I'm being honest, do I look like a dick? Really? Well, you got the green shirt. Alright. Alright, problem solved. You don't look like a dick, you look like a cock. Shit. In 180p, yeah. Raptor, watch it in 180p. I don't look like this, alright? I definitely don't look like that, but you guys are saying I look like this? Oh boy. Are those kids' books for Minecraft? Creeper species. What? Brown creeper, Virginia creeper. What? This is a creeper? Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Wait a so you're saying there are IRL creepers and they're among us right now. Well, I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do. If there's a creeper out there, it's over then, you know? It's game over for everybody. A fox prowling outside? A raccoon? Wait, Snuffy? Snuffy's outside? There wasn't a person in my garden, was there? Went to the window peering out in the darkness and listening hard.
I don't have to go out there and check, do I?
I mean, if it's a girl, you know, you could always go check.
I mean, someone could be in trouble. But then again, someone could be trouble.
You're gonna BRB and take a while? So, Raptor, what you're saying is I have to moderate chat by myself and stream at the exact same time and be stream manager and all your other roles? Oh my goodness, Raptor. Don't tell me I need to mod or auto mod yourself, Raptor, so that someone else or a robot can be my stream manager and all that, okay? It's an undertaking. Dude, it is. It's fine. Meme can take care of it. Alright, well, I guess... Meme, do you accept your promotion from a VIP pleb to a stream manager, lawyer, and a bunch of other roles that I forget that I gave Raptor, but he has like at least 20 roles. See ya? Well, Raptor's gone.
Maybe just stand on the porch and yell for whoever it is to get off the lawn?
Yeah, just like an old man would do. Avoid my options. Alright, chat. Do I save scum here and ruin everything? Because I could either go outside and investigate the noise or stay inside and lock all the doors. I don't know, actually. I think I went the top one last time and the Raptor told me to do the bottom one. And I'm like, okay. I don't know. It's very tempting, actually, to do save scum. So if I want to, I can explore. Wait, we only get 18 save slots? We only have 18 save slots here? Oh my god. How am I going to do this? I cannot... Oh my god. Don't do bottom. Alright, I'm save scumming. I don't care that it ruins the bet. I'm save scumming. Which means I have to bill it out now. Where is it? Manage prediction. Why is it telling me start prediction when I have a prediction going? Obviously. Can I bill out my prediction and give everyone their points that they deserve? Manage prediction. Choose outcome. CJ save scummed before chapter 2 ends. So... there you go, you guys get your points, enjoy. We're going at the bottom one. The scream had sounded humanish, but there were plenty of wild animals out there whose screams sounded humanish too. And so what if it was a person? No good could come out of a trapezing outdoors to confront a sketchy stranger in the dark.
You know what makes me feel safe? Locks. Good, sturdy locks.
I got an achievement, there we go. Well, Alden Panda lost 10 fucking points. I wonder if Raptor got his 150,000 points now. I hope he's happy. Walked around inside the cabin checking that all the doors and windows were secure. Guess I didn't waste 20 points. Not 20 points. I remember doing Gamba so much in some channels that I'd Gamba to the point where I just gamble all my points and then go, whoopsie, I lost all of them because I bet. And I was like, I know the streamer's gonna do this, so I know the streamer's gonna get this outcome, and then, you know, it never fucking happened. You know? The feeling quite pleased, I sat down to finish my tea. Why does that sound like it kind of rhymes? An hour later, I climbed upstairs and went to bed. When I woke, the sky was clear and the sun was on the rise. Mornings like that always put me in fairly pleasant mood, pleasant but wistful. After making a quick cup of coffee, I head outside planning to take advantage of the mild weather to get some yard work done, raking, weeding, and maybe cleaning out the gutters. You talked about weeding, guys. Thinking what I'm thinking? But as I made my cross... Really? Really? You can't read, Charles? But as I made my way across the lawn and toward the shed, a strange sight stopped me in my tracks. For years I had kept a few animal traps set around the property, and now one of them had been tampered with. There was blood on the trap soaked into the ground beneath it and smeared across the grass. Beside the trap, lay a single purple healed shoe, also blood-streaked and muddy. A lump formed around my throat as I thought about the scream I heard the evening before.
Maybe it wasn't an animal.
And the shoe was so pretty and impractical, didn't suggest the presence of dangerous interloper either. My stomach felt like a big, tight knot as I tried to call out.
Hello? Hello? Is anyone there?
No, chat is not there. There was no answer, just a gentle rustling of leaves that were starting to crisp, the early morning song of little birds, and the drip drip of leftover rainwater coming off the downspout. Yeah, I picked the bottom one. I searched the property course, I even searched ways into the woods. I never found anyone or any sign that someone had been there. But someone had been there and I'd gotten hurt in my trap. There wasn't anything I could do. In the end, I pulled some disposable gloves and moved the shoe and set it aside beside my porch step. I didn't really expect anyone to come back to pick it up, but getting rid of it felt rude. I scrubbed my hands after. Better safe than sorry. No work got done for the rest of the day. This dark, heavy feeling stayed with me, and if I'm being honest, it stayed with me through the next day too. And the day after that. I still wish I made a different choice that night. If I just gone inside and checked, I might have found whoever that purple shoe belonged to, and I might have been able to help them. Wherever they were, I hope they're somehow okay. Wash your hands. That's the ending I get. Aw, shit. Continue. Load. Save scum. The scream really had sounded human. I couldn't just ignore that. As much as I wanted to stay inside, warm and dry.
I was raised by humanitarian hippies, and all I got was this pesky conscience.
Well, hippies, am I right?
Kidding. Love you, Mom and Dad. Please don't haunt me.
I set down my tea and went to find my crank-powered flashlight and shoved my feet into a pair of boots. Hopefully and probably I wouldn't find anything out there, but checking was the right thing to do. I pulled open the door and stepped out onto the porch. The flashlight flickered pathetically. Luckily, all you need to power up a hand crank flashlight is hands, which I had. Nope, I don't have any more. I scanned the dark garden. Raindrops lit up as the light passed over them, and the trees, shrubs around the cabin swayed. All I could hear was wind and rain that chilled down my back.
Yo, anybody out here? No? Cool. Have a good night then.
Exactly. Just go outside and say all that. I turned to head back inside. A small voice stopped me in my tracks.
Hello? I'm here. Would you mind, helping me out of this, please?
Isn't this, Elle's voice from Mallory, or was that a different voice actor? I forget. The rain seemed to beat down harder as my pulse sped up. I turned my flashlight towards the voice, my hand visibly trembling. There she is. You don't know? Well, it is what it is. That's all we can say right now.
It sure is cold out. I'm definitely not shaking out of fear, because that would be super lame.
Forced myself to step down off the porch and follow the path until I finally was close enough to make out a shape of a person. As the weak flashlight beamed to illuminate more, I gasped. God damn, bruh. Whoever I'd been expecting to find certainly wasn't this delicate wisp of a girl. She was so pale, almost looked like a ghost. Even her hair, long and clinging to her face in the rain, shone bright, almost white in the glow of the flashlight. She crouched on her hands and knees in the mud as though she had fallen. 100 questions raced through my head. Where did she come from? Where did she go? Where did she come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Bro, I'm not gonna lie, she's one of the prettiest girls they've made. Bro, you got that right, man. You got that right, man. Oh, how long had she been out in the storm? Why wasn't she dressed for the rain? Was she lost? Was she sick? One of NASCAR's least favorite drivers, his engine just fucking blew up. You motherfucker. You fucking deserve it, you bastard. Anyway, I tried to sound tough like my dad would have.
You there! What are you doing on my property?
The young woman squinted against the flashlight.
Please, I got lost and I promise I wasn't trying to steal anything.
You might have been trying to steal my heart. Her voice quivered, which I thought was kind of dumb. After all, she was an interloper. It was me who should be freaking out, which I was.
Well, then explain yourself! Why are you just laying on the ground there? Seems pretty sus.
Alright, chat, you know what to do. Start, go ahead. Do all your sus things. What the heck did I... Why the heck did I add that last part? Was I trying... What was I trying to do? Lighten the mood? The girl turned her head away. She was trying to make me feel bad. Was she, God forbid, still coughing? Or stifling a cough? I took a step back, unwilling to take any chances. He said the thing. It's been a long time since someone said that in chat. Not sus? Alright, that dead meme. Alright, man.
I can't get up.
I mean, you could if you wanted to. Her matter-of-fact tone surprised me. I guess I was expecting some elaborate sob story and or pleas for food or honey or medicine. Or money. Honey. Yeah, she doesn't want money, she wants honey. I could still... It could still be a trick, I thought. She could be getting ready to rob me. I don't know. Is she sus or not sus? Because I'm getting mixed vibes from chat. At this point, my flashlight was starting to lose its brightness. Stood there, cranking the handle of the power back on. It was a long, awkward intermission, backed by the droning sound of the flashlight being worked. But the light was coming back on. I would crank it a few more times to shine it brighter on her. The whole horrifying picture became clear. Somehow the girl had gotten her leg caught in one of my animal traps. She must have not seen the rusted old thing in the dark and had grabbed her calf and torn it open. Which is... Man, that's gruesome, man. Like, wow. Okay, so this probably wasn't a trick. Like, I don't know what's worse. Hush Hush and like all the shit that happens, or this, you know? I'm sure if it's really possible for her to get up. Or I'm not sure if it's really possible. I don't think so, because you know, if you lose your lower half of your leg, basically you're not really going to be able to do much, you know? That's just me, but I don't know.
Oh my god! Are you okay?
Started to move towards her, but then my own legs froze in fear, fearing of getting close to another human. Oh my god, this sounds like Raptor, because Raptor, man, bro, Raptor just needs to go up to Irelia and just talk to her. If she was sick, then I could get sick, but then I had no way of knowing whether or not she carried the virus, and right now she was hurt and trapped because of me. I felt horrible. I felt if I left her to tend for herself, anything could happen. A hungry bear might come along. Oh wait, Beverly could come along? The weather could turn freezing, and even if she did manage to get herself out of the trap, she would probably develop an infection fast and a nasty wound. Swallowing hard, I clenched my fists and forced myself to approach her. I had to get way too close for comfort, but I crouched, opened the trap, and freed her leg. It was bleeding, not breeding. Here we go, I'm being sus now, guys. Pretty heavily, though now I could see that up close it didn't look to be as deep as I had feared.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you found me. I was afraid I'd be trapped in that thing all night.
But that ass, though. I stood up quickly and took a few steps back. For some reason, the girl was smiling at me. Didn't she understand that it was my stupid fault she got hurt? And then again, maybe she shouldn't have been sneaking around in the dark. My brain blickered with itself over who to blame before realizing the girl wasn't able to feel her feet. Reluctantly offered a hand, wishing I'd thought to put on some nitrile gloves, but why would I have thought of that? I hadn't seen another human in how long had it been? Accepting my help, the girl climbed to her feet. She wobbled, leaned in, and grabbed my waist to use me as a crutch.
Sorry. Is it okay that I'm touching you like this?
Oh. Her words sent a chill down my spine. Touching? Just the thought of it making me break out in cold sweat. It's been a while, I guess, you know?
It's fine. Let's just get out of this rain.
What was I doing when I had decided to let her into my house? The warm light glowing inside the cabin was like a beacon drawing us in. Well, said I vibrated to myself, I guess this is a thing we're doing now. I no longer needed my flashlight, so I tucked it away and used that hand instead to help support the injured girl up the pathway. With my arm around her waist and her arm around my shoulder, it became very clear how small she really was, small and delicate, like a folded paper crane, a soggy, limp paper crane in a drenched dress that clung to her shivering body. Just then my pant leg caught on something, nail jutting out from the side of the porch. I let the fabric tug and rip as we moved past. Great. What even this was turning out to be. Once we made it inside, I helped the stranger sit down on the wooden chair. I made a mental note to disinfect that chair later in my clothes, maybe even the flashlight, but first aid.
Where did I put that kit?
I was never good at staying organized, even in real life. Even on my computer, all my folders and internet tabs were a mess. No point in fighting entropy. That was my philosophy. All of these tabs. I searched the drawers, the counter, the floor, and nearly tripped over that dumb room again before finally finding the first aid kit. It was not well stocked, but it would do for now. Gathered up some towels and my forehead thermometer too. Then I washed my hands, pulled on some gloves and face mask from an old box in the back of the cupboard, and brought everything over to the waiting girl. Pretty disordered myself, my set is a mess. As long as it works, you know? Sus. Everything is sus at this point, you know? Wait, I'm turning into Blanche in the game because I'm putting on nitrile gloves, face mask. Basically doing it. My stream might be delayed. I just saw the bitrate take a shit, so stream is delayed too.
Before anything else, let me scan your temperature.
This sort is damn good. Except I had 3 boxes of it. I'm already starting to work on the second one. And this shit is also like very, very hard to find. My stream is also delayed. I know that I think there's like a 7-second delay, and there ain't shit I can do about it. I mean, I can make the delay longer actually. I just need to go tell OBS I want it delayed longer. You know? Kidding, I won't do that. But it's a thing that Twitch does. I can't go get around the stream delay because it is what it is, you know? Which sucks. Held the scanner up to her forehead. 2 seconds passed before we heard the good beep, which meant her temperature was normal.
Fever. That's a relief. Do you have any other symptoms?
Her eyes wide and she shook her head. Well, it was still better to be cautious. I barely breathed as I took her leg into my lap and started tending her wound. Alright, chat. Chill out a little bit, okay? Chill out. Alright? Getting weird internet connection, or weird connection shudders and is putting me further behind. That does not sound fun. But chat, just calm down, okay? Alright? She didn't wince or complain at all. She was tougher than she looked. I was the opposite. I knew I like mean. God dang it. Why does my nose have to be an asshole? I looked mean even when I wasn't trying, but on the inside I was basically a fluffy yellow duckling with anxiety. Yes, very sus, okay? Our situation was reserved. If our situation were reserved, and it was my leg all cut up, I'd probably be weeping like a wreck spouting rare and extravagant curse words. I can read, alright? I can read. But she just sat there, quietly watching.
Are you a doctor?
Yeah, I'm Dr. Blanche. Was she joking?
Do you honestly think I look like a doctor?
I don't have doctor handwriting, by the way. I have chicken scratch that apparently nobody can read. And I can barely make it out myself sometimes, too. Shit. Way to draw attention to your looks, idiot. Not to myself. Not that I cared, really. It was just that I haven't combed my hair in a few days or weeks. I haven't combed my hair in probably years. And I had been living in the same set of clothes for a while now. Ratty old t-shirt with a rocket ship on the front and a pair of jeans that had a long gone out of fashion. Hot, right? In another life, I might have felt self-conscious. Is this literally just alt universe me? To a certain extent? Not about my teeth, though. Never about my teeth. Dentists were always kind of a thing of the past, and since I wanted to keep my teeth for tuning purposes and whatnot, I was committed to practicing good oral hygiene. Oh.
Well, I'm not sure what a doctor looks like, but you seem to know what you're doing, and you're a very kind person. So I believe you if you told me you were a doctor.
See, I always knew I was Dr. Blanche, you know? I looked away awkwardly holding a clean bandage against the gash in her leg. The towels I used to clean the wound were now a pile of blood-soaked, mud-stained rags on the dirty floor. Was I a kind person?
It's just basic first aid. Not a big deal. Here, hold this. Put pressure on it while I wrap it up.
I wrapped a length of gauze around her narrow leg to hold the bandage in place. To be honest, this leg does not seem as narrow as they're trying to make it, if I'm gonna be 100% honest. Because, like, look at those thighs. Looks like those would save lives.
That should be okay overnight, but we should probably clean it again and rewrap it tomorrow.
Her leg didn't leave my lap. Instead, she wiggled her toes and shot a small smile.
You're going to let me stay here?
Huh?
I looked up at her and instantly forgot how to speak because suddenly I was struck by how pretty she was. I mean, the rain had really done a number on her, but still. She must have been around 20, give or take, not much younger than me. She was thin, but everyone was thin these days. With her, it was like she'd been built this way. Small, delicate, and weightless. Her dress was simply a little threadbare. The rain had soaked through and I realized I could sort of see her undergarments. I quickly averted my eyes and my cheeks warming. I hope she hadn't noticed me looking because I thought because I really hadn't meant to look.
You said clean it again tomorrow, right?
An angel, if you will. I will say yeah, because like her hair being white, you know, usually when you think of an angel, they usually have like white hair. And also like her wings in her hair too. I did say that. The room seemed to spin and my face went from feeling very hot to very cold. Stay away from each other that was the only rule. What was I supposed to do? she shouldn't really be here. Maybe it's okay if she stays. We're gonna go the full simp route, okay? We're gonna tell her that she can stay. Because what else am I supposed to do? Look how pitiful she is, said my brain. My brain was right. I didn't know what to do except go along with it.
Well, it's not like I'm going to just send you back out into the rain. Not by yourself, anyway. Is there anyone else in your bubble? Anyone I can call to come get you, or...
She looked down into her lap.
No.
Oh. Her response made me too nervous to ask further questions. I wasn't sure I could handle a tragic backstory at that particular moment. In any case, I knew that if my parents were still around, they'd have sent this girl back into the night. They'd have let her stay at least until she got her bearings. I decided giving in.
Okay, well, you can sleep on my couch tonight. We'll figure the rest out tomorrow.
And maybe I'll sleep on the couch with her tonight too.
We should really stay at least 6 feet apart, though.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
She nodded and gently removed her leg from my lap. I moved back, making more space between us, and sat next to examine my pant leg. Meanwhile, my brain tried to fathom what was happening. I brought a stranger into my house. I didn't know who she was or where'd she come from. It seemed like a bad idea and also surreal. Yes, I'm very sus. Because, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Damn, I liked these pants.
It is what it is. Well, now you have those fancy ripped pants that cost like $100, you know? When you could just go to Walmart, get the same pair of pants for like 20 bucks, and then take your own knife and cut the pants up, you know?
Oh no, did you get hurt too?
No.
No, it's just a rip.
Oh, that's not so bad.
Sus? Yes, totally sus, because why would you want to spend $100 on like a pair of pants that you could just go get at like Walmart and then make ripped your own, you know? I got up and even made more space between us. She stood up too, testing her weight on her injured leg.
Wow, it already feels so much better. You must have a magical healing touch.
I forgot that they added like a little animation for her actually talking and blinking. Who knows, maybe that'll be a future update for Hush Hush. I was starting to think she might have been one of those weird optimistic people. Also, it was hard to think straight with her standing up in a very damp and very revealing dress. Yep.
You need to take that dress off. That came out wrong. What I mean is, it's wet and cold, and I'm sure you'd feel better if you changed into something dry and warm. I'm sure I have some extra clothes you can wear.
Really?
On the face, I have to procure a basket of clothes for my storage closet. I hadn't worn these since my teenage years. They were too small for me now, but might be a good fit for her.
Here, take whatever you want. They're all clean.
I dropped the basket on the table and walked backwards away from it.
That's so nice of you. I'll get changed now.
I watched her take the basket and hobble out of the room to the change room where I couldn't see her. Well, you guys can't say sus because she's behind closed doors, unless I pull a Cassie moment, you know? When she came back, I was surprised to see that she had chosen a button down that was part of my old school uniform from back before everything went online. I had been much younger and much smaller when I wore that shirt, but even still, it swam on her frame. It almost looked like a nightgown, which was probably why she chose it.
I haven't felt this comfy since I don't know when. It's a school shirt, right? I always liked the look of school uniforms, but I never got to wear one. All my classes were online.
For some reason, that made me a little sad. I myself had so few memories of the world because of the sickness. It was hard to imagine not having any at all.
How old are you?
21. My birthday was actually last week.
Wait, is she 21? Yeah, she's 21 in Crash Crush.
Oh, well, happy belated birthday. Do you have a name?
an awkward way to ask for someone's name if I say so.
Oh, of course I do. It's Mallory.
Anian.
Nice to meet you, Mallory. Well, not nice exactly. Weird to meet you, I guess. I'm not used to people.
Why does that sound like me? But man, some of these games I just relate to too much.
Yeah, I get it. I didn't mean to trespass onto your property. I really did get lost. And then the rain started, and I could hear these dogs or something howling. I was scared, and I ran towards the first light I saw.
I'm gonna be honest, I love the shade of her eyes. It's like a very nice teal. Like, really, really nice. I nodded as if to say I understood. It was true that were things like wolves and coyotes in the area. That was why I'd set up extra security fence for my chickens. Because they're all chicken. Her hair and eye color looks so nice together. It really does look nice. Like, I might try to do, like, that color of teal and that color of, like, white with the purple, pink, details on some of my D&D miniatures I have. Because I have a whole display case that's probably a little taller than me that I need to paint that's full of miniatures. And man, I keep getting more and more miniatures. And I'm being honest, I haven't painted a miniature in probably a year or two.
But what were you doing out there in the first place?
Running away from everything.
I would rather not talk about that.
I stared at her, totally perplexed. Why the secrecy? Should I press for war? Wait, so... Wait a minute. Was SPS hinting at Hush Hush with this game? Oh man, there's so much I'm remembering now. It is what it is, you know, but like, seriously. Are they hinting at Hush Hush without even knowing Hush Hush was going to be a thing right now? Oh my. I'm gonna let it go for now because she's had a rough night. You know, basically getting her leg torn up really badly. The conspiracy. Who knows, there might be a hint in Hush Hush. Like, whatever the next SPS game is, we might have that hint in Hush Hush, but we don't know it. And then we're gonna get the next SPS game, and then we're gonna be like, I remember like that hint from Hush Hush, and then it's just gonna be a never-ending cycle that all of SPS games are secretly in the same universe, but we don't know it until SPS gets out all of the games they ever want to produce. But it is what it is. Try not to push it. It was all too much and I really needed sleep. My toe was hurting where I'd stubbed it on the broom. Oh, boo-hoo. Your toe fucking hurts because you stubbed it on a broom. Oh, that really hurts.
Don't worry about it. You're here now, so just take the opportunity to get some rest.
I skirted around to grab some blankets and maintained a wide berth as I dropped them on the couch. I offered her a glass of water, pointed out the bathroom, and asked if she needed anything, all from the afar.
This is perfect. Thank you so much for everything. Truly, I'm lucky to have met you.
I think Hush Hush and Crush Crush are to an extent. I'd have to rewatch the Q&A VOD. I would also argue Blush Blush, but at the same time, I would say Blush Blush has like more of a minor thing to it. Because I haven't played enough of Blush Blush to see if Dimitri and Eli are actually siblings, or if that was just the thing they created in Hush Hush. But at the same time, I don't know either, because in Crush Crush, Lotus, or we don't have Lotus actually yet, but Euro hasn't said anything about a Dimitri yet, at least from what I know. So it's truly interesting. And I need to go rewatch it because, well, I just kept falling asleep during the second half of it because, you know, Friday.
Yeah, just try not to touch anything, okay?
That sounds hard to do, actually, yo. Try not to touch anything. I shuffled my feet awkwardly.
Okay, I'm going to bed. Bye.
I hope you have sweet dreams. I'll see you in the morning.
As I made my way up the stairs to my bedroom, I glanced back. Mallory was already curled up on the couch, looking quite cozy. I couldn't remember the last time I had anyone in my home. Even briefly, I'd been so careful for such a long time. I didn't know where she'd been or if she'd been as careful as I was. But when my gaze fell on her bandaged leg, a prickle of guilt surged up.
Good night.
I finished climbing the stairs and flopped down on my bed. I was so exhausted, emotionally puzzled, and mentally drained, it didn't take long for me to fall asleep, or fall deeply asleep. Chapter 3, Germination. I think this is where I stopped last time, so all this is new content from here on out for me. I woke, as usual, to the happy sound of a rooster crowing in the garden. The sky was clear, and the early morning sun was bright and cheery. You'd think a morning like that would have put me into a great mood, but nope. There are like 9 to 10 chapters. Easy game, 0 deaths. I'm gonna get 100% achievements first try. All night my dreams had revolved around strange bugs infesting the cabin. Hordes of them squirming inside through every crack. I must have been tense all night because my neck had a painful kink in it. I definitely woken up on that proverbial wrong side of the bed. Short compared to Hush Hush. I do say yeah, but also at the same time I still kind of like wish I played. I still wish I played this before I went and played Blush Blush or Blush Hush Hush, so that I could have a slight idea of how what do you call it? Of how Hush Hush could be. I can't fucking think for myself right now. Like, I don't know what's going on. It must be because of how beautiful Mallory is. I suppose I've forgotten all about my house guests, or at least I haven't remembered to think about her yet. I was busy making a list in my head of the work I need to get done today. That's when the smoke alarm started shrieking. Mallory! Bolted up into bed and there was someone in my house. And I let her in and yep, I could definitely smell something burning. Mallory is very pretty. Sadly, she's underrated. Yeah, I think it's because of how short this game is. But at the same time, I don't blame it for being as short as it is because, you know, they wanted to get the game out in a certain time period, you know? I rushed to put on some real daytime clothes and barreled downstairs. I stood in the kitchen looking mortified. A little smoke hung in the air, but I didn't see any flames. Phew. Grabbing a chair, I jumped up to the silent sound of the smoke alarm.
Thank you. I'm really so sorry. I tried wafting a dish towel at it, but the alarm just wouldn't stop. I didn't wake you, did I?
I wasn't really listening to her. I was too busy creating space between us, also looking for the source of smoke. There was a pan with charred black mass sitting in it. I didn't know what she'd burned, but she'd really burned it.
What is that?
It's not what is it, it's what was it.
Oh, I thought I'd make you breakfast as a thank you. My mom used to have the best recipe for potato pancakes that would always fuel me for the day.
That's right! I know this from Crush Crush. She loves potatoes. And well, as the potato lord, you know, she probably loved me, you know?
But these... well, I'm not totally sure what happened. I never used a stove like yours before, so this batch got a little... overdone. Maybe I can scrape off the burnt part. You know what? Forget I said that. It's all burnt part. I'll just clean up my mess and then I'll make you a new batch. And I will definitely be more careful this time.
The slightly ooh face because she wants to do it.
Hang on, did you say potato pancakes?
Mm-hmm, they're the best. It's too bad this first batch didn't turn out because I spent all morning digging up the potatoes, washing them, peeling them. They were so tiny it took extra long, and I was worried you'd wake up before I could finish.
Moving on.
Luckily, I've got some other treats on the go as well, so you're not going to starve. Just let me turn on the toaster real quick.
No, don't turn on. What's her name? What's her name? Potatoes. But there we go. Don't turn on Odango, please. She's sleeping right now. Let her sleep. She turned, reaching for the toaster handle, but the microwave was running and the kettle was boiling and...
Wait, stop!
She overloaded the solar panels inverter, and just like that, the kettle, microwave, toaster, and kitchen all lights shut off.
Why did you do that?
Man, just chill out. Mallory, having planted the overdone pancakes, for some reason dropped the plate and alarm. It smashed, flinging shards of itself across the floor. The blackened pancakes bounced like rocks. Sad potato rocks.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to make you some breakfast. I didn't mean to cause so much trouble. I'll clean this up.
I sighed in frustration. All I wanted was to make some coffee, sit down on my computer just like every other morning. I couldn't do that now because I had to go to the get the solar or power sorted out and check to make sure she hadn't completely destroyed my precious garden.
Are you angry with me?
I was supposed to answer that. Say yes, this is outrageous and unfair. It's not really that big of a deal. It's not really that big of a deal, you know, because like she doesn't seem like she fully understands everything. Common Mallory Meow. I was definitely upset. I definitely didn't like the situation, but it wasn't like she'd intentionally ruin my potatoes. She'd only been so audacious to dig them up without permission, long before they were ready, even after I specifically told her not to touch anything. I looked away.
I'm just not a breakfast person.
Rare Mallory L's shake my head. I'll die on this hill.
I'm really sorry. I just wanted to do something nice as a thank you for letting me stay here. I promise, I'll fix everything and then I'll just get ready to leave.
Sure, whatever.
I turned away and went to haul my garden work gloves and boots.
I'll be out in the yard for a while.
Ripping potatoes. The achievement I got. I went out, and as I pulled the back door shut behind me, I heard a soft sound from the kitchen, like a heavy sigh or stifled sob. Where is she crying?
What did I get myself into? For real, I can't believe.
I'm already dead, beat you to it. Well, I guess Paladin Panda is gonna have to find a way to solve that problem. I continue muttering grumpily to myself as I strode out into the garden. Then I took a deep breath of fresh, cold air, and it had an autumn bite to it. But the sun was warm, I felt instantly calmer.
Oh well, she'll be gone soon anyway.
I took my time that morning dealing with the power issue and making the usual rounds. Happy hens, check. Busy beehive, check. Did a rough count of the firewood in my shed and then made my way back around to the front of the cabin. I stopped when I saw the bloody animal trap where Mallory had gotten hurt the night before.
Damn, that had to have been painful.
It felt pretty bad. The traps were only supposed to be wards, something to keep my bubble a little safer from dangerous wildlife. I never meant for anyone to get hurt. I looked at the trap, wondering if I should rethink my setup. Why do I feel if I move it, shit's gonna hit the fan, but if I don't move it, shit's gonna hit the fan? I haven't saved Scum in a while, actually. I'm gonna move the trap. So I had to move the trap and set it up further away from the house, closer to the woods.
Maybe next time I'll catch something less likely to ruin my day. Okay, that was a bit harsh. She didn't mean to ruin my day. A rabbit would be good though.
I ignore the sudden craving for rabbit stew, and having finishing with the trap, wandered down to the garden. Just be like Minecraft, just go to like a desert where you can find all the rabbits, and then say it's rabbit season, and then pull out your fucking shotgun and blast all of them, you know? Get all the rabbit meat you need. Right away I could see where Mallory had dug up breakfast, surveyed the overturned earth with a heavy heart, noticing a handful of small potatoes uprooted and abandoned. Well, I could always plant something new here, or the right time of year for garlic. The sun had already climbed into a high sky, and I was feeling almost warm enough to peel off my sweater. I figured I should probably go inside and maybe eat something, check in on poor Mallory, get to work on my computer. Right away I went inside and kicked off my boots. Something didn't feel right. It took me a moment to realize. The mess was gone. There was no brooms on the floor, no garbage bags waiting to go out, no scattered crumbs or dust bunny cities. Everything looked so clean. Literally sparkled, but how and why had Mallory done all this just to make up for that breakfast patio?
Whoa, this is really nice. Like really, really nice.
Also, I looked around at all she had done. I started to feel a bit of an ass. I figured I should apologize, but where was she? She hadn't left already, had she? Then heard something coming from the bathroom, the sound of splashing water and a small voice humming a happy tune. My heart sank.
She couldn't. She wouldn't.
Without thinking, I threw open the bathroom door. Oh. Uh-oh. Ah, shit, no. We stared at each other, both shocked from my intrusion. Then my brain kicked back the gear and I tore a gaze away from her, but it was too late. I had seen everything, including the tub full of water.
What are you doing?
I was just taking a bath.
I pointed at the direction of the bathtub, keeping my eyes fixed on the doorframe.
That's my water supply!
It's still warm if you want to use it.
This was the first not safe for work. One. Not sus. Now I'm getting mixed vibes again. The first not safe for work scene and not sus. But hey, it's still warm if you want to use it. What? Did she not get in it?
That's my water supply! My fresh water! My drinking water! My everything water! What were you thinking? Why did you use so much?
Panic was really setting in now. What if she'd run the cistern dry? I'd almost have nothing until the next rainfall, and who knows when that would be.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea. I had no idea. I'm so sorry. I really didn't know.
She does seem precious, you know? Just a small mistake here and there because, you know, lack of education. Anyway, enough about lack of education. I never run out of water before. That's because I've always been so careful. This could be the very day I had deeply feared would come.
How do you survive this way? It's like you're constantly wasting things! Is this why you were out in the rain last night? Did your bubble decide to kick you out because you don't know how to think before you act?
Her mouth popped open. I immediately felt bad for shouting. Damn, I was in a bad mood today.
Just finish up in here. And don't drain that water, okay? I'll repurpose it for laundry or something.
Gamer girl bathwater. I didn't want to acknowledge my own anger or the tears that had sprung into her eyes at what I said. In any case, I needed to check the rain barrels. Like right that second, I turned my back on her and walked away. For the rest of the afternoon, I sat on my computer waiting for Mallory to leave. I just couldn't stop thinking about her. And then I couldn't stop thinking about how naive, careless, and wasteful she was. Nothing to do with her shimmering eyes or how sweet she seemed. It seemed to be even when everything else was horrible. Nope. The good news is I checked the rain barrels and the situation wasn't as dire as I feared. As long as it rained again sometime in the next few weeks, we'd be okay. Still, I sat at my computer for a long time, entirely unable to focus on my work. When Mallory finally reappeared, she was holding in the cardboard box and my old clothes. For some reason, she was still only wearing bath towel. They made me feel all sorts of uncomfortable feelings, and I tried extra hard to keep my eyes on my computer screen. Trying to type, I noticed the box had more clothing than before. I even saw my favorites peeking out. Really? I'm given. Oh my god. Ask her what she's up to. Haven't you had enough confrontation for one day? We're gonna go with the top one because that sounds like it could be nicer. Cleared my throat loudly and Mallory looked at me.
What are you doing with those clothes?
Oh, I was just going to go through them and sort out what's good to wear. I hope that's okay.
That doesn't sound too worrisome. Maybe she was gonna finally get ready to go.
Right. You're welcome to take anything that doesn't fit me anymore. I'm sure you could use some warmer things to wear out there on your travels.
Turned quickly back to my computer, hoping I hadn't hurt her feelings with my not-so-subtle reminder that I didn't want her here. Why do you care about her feelings? Asked my brain. You already told her she's not welcome. She'll be gone soon either way. Because she's pretty, that's why. I hyper-focused on my screen, and in another couple of hours I still had nothing done. Suddenly it was dark out and I was starving, and Mallory still hasn't left. In fact, she was in the kitchen, and there she was, savory smells wafting my way. I logged off and shut down my computer quickly but casually. Making my way over to her, I found her tending to 3 separate pots on the stove, all of them simmering and steaming pleasantly. How dare she? How evil am I? Oh my god. Nothing was burning this time either, which made me feel annoyed, feeling less impressed, and kind of excited to eat that. Mallory noticed me standing there and smiled way too brightly.
Oh, good, you're finished working. That's perfect because supper is ready.
She's been wearing a bath towel all day? Oh my god. She started dishing out the oddly fancy looking meal onto 2 large plates.
What is all this?
It's all made from freeze-dried proteins and grains I found in the pantry, and some spices, which by the way make all the difference when it comes to flavoring a dish. Oh, and I only used things that were already open, so I hope I didn't overstep again. I can tell you work really hard, and I know I made a mess of things, and I just really wanted to make it up to you. I'm determined to have a net positive impact here.
She thought I'd be nice. Common Mallory W. I was suddenly very concerned about how low the bar was for her. Common Mallory no. What? It can't be that bad. I was gonna help feeling a little bit charmed by her determination. I wanted to know that what I did actually appreciate her efforts.
Well, this does look incredible. And by the smell of it, I'm pretty sure I'll be licking these plates clean. You did wash your hands before you started, right?
Can't accept anything. You know, any nice gesture, it's like, no, you're evil.
Yes, silly. And I still don't have any symptoms of any sicknesses either. So come on, let's eat. I want you to enjoy it while it's hot.
There was something so endearing in the simplicity of her delight. I smiled as I took my plate and sat down at the far end of the table, away from her. We ate in silence. The food was delicious. I wouldn't have guessed she had it in her, not based on that morning. I wonder if I should try to get some answers out of her now, I thought, and cleared my throat.
How's your leg feeling?
It's not too bad.
I should probably take a look at it after supper. Clean it up and put a fresh bandage on it.
You just want an excuse to be sus, alright? We all know this, okay?
And then, I suppose we should talk about getting you home?
Right. Home.
I mean, I don't know if you have a family or a group or whatever, or if you're on your own like me, but you don't exactly look like you, live in the forest. So where are you headed?
She lifted one shoulder, visibly uncertain.
Surely there must be someone, somewhere.
I'll figure something out.
Hang on, no. I want to make sure you're going to be okay.
I thought you just wanted me to leave.
Ideally, I'd like to know at least something about your situation. Maybe I could help you.
She looked away.
That's sweet of you, but I'm sorry. I'm just not ready to talk about it.
So this is Hush Hush 1 because she's keeping a secret from us. And the secret is going to allow us to save her. So all along, this was the setup to Hush Hush. Because if SPS could do it successfully with one marshmallow with one girl, they could do it with one marshmallow to 5 girls. So therefore, this game is Hush Hush 1. Change my mind.
Okay.
We fell quiet once more, just the awkward scraping forks on plates to fill the silence. I considered her after she sat across. I considered her as she sat across from me. So beautiful it was, as if she was digital painting. Break the fourth wall much?
Can I just ask one more question?
Are you single?
Why are you still wearing that towel?
Yeah, you've been wearing it all day. She looked at me blankly, the last few morsels of food balanced on her fork. Fell back under her plate. She glanced down at herself, then she clapping her hands against the side of her face.
What? You mean I've been wearing this the whole time? Oh, I can't believe it. How do I forget these things? Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Oh my gosh.
I couldn't help laughing. I felt like I was finally catching on. She was a bit of a space case. That was all, and her mannerisms made it sort of adorable. Is she like secretly a few personalities from Crush Crush combined into one character?
I'll be back to clean up as soon as I'm decent.
Her efforts to flee quickly were hampered by her leg. She ended up limping away in search of her clothes, mumbling exuberantly under her breath. That's when it hit me. I hadn't even considered how much pain she must have been in as she cooked and cleaned and tried so hard to pay me back. Pay me back for what? I thought. Or pay me back for what though? I only wanted to help, and I hadn't even done a great job of it. And now I was trying to send her away, knowing full well she had nowhere to go. No, I couldn't do that, and now I felt I had to make things up to her. I tidied up quickly from supper and returned to my computer where I booted up my 3D printer. I didn't use the thing often, but it was there for emergencies, and this seemed urgent enough. Managed to find a decent design that was close to what I imagined, and I set everything up and stood back to watch the printer do its thing. Just then Mallory emerged wearing her dress.
Oh, you already cleaned up. I guess that's it then.
She stood beside the table leaning on it for support. I stood in front of the printer while it worked. Didn't know what to say, so I decided to let words come out of my mouth.
You should stay. Also, I'm sorry. I've been a total asshat to you.
No, don't leave. She's not gonna leave. I'm gonna make sure she don't leave, alright? She looked at me nervously, clutching the side of the table, side of her dress in her tiny hands, her mouth opened and closed like she didn't know what to say either, so I just kept going.
It was kind of a shock to have you show up here. I haven't had anyone visit, ever, because this has always been my space, my family space, and I guess I felt sort of invaded. But now I realize that's stupid. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, I wouldn't feel right making you leave when you're clearly in a bad spot. I have the means to help you, and there's no reason why I shouldn't. If you want to leave, that's fine, but there's no rush. Cool?
She smiled softly, her eyes seeming to glitter.
Cool.
Behind me, the 3D printer finished its work. I turned around to take the sheet of gauze with a cute potato pattern on it. I printed, hoping it would amuse her and lighten her mood.
Can I redress your leg now?
The pattern with gauze made her giggle, and she nodded and sat down, propping her leg up. Nah, the protagonist just wants to, you know, be super sussy. Prepared once again, for the uncomfortable closeness that was unnecessary for this task. I scrubbed my hands, put on a mask and a pair of gloves, and went to sit by her with first aid kit. We chatted idly as I cleaned and packed her wound. Afterwards, I got her set up on the couch and bid her goodnight. I wasn't exactly tired, but I figured it was better to leave things off on a pleasant note before things got awkward again. Climbed upstairs to my loft, laying in bed, staring at the ceiling above me. I thought about how angry I had been with her actions that morning. I thought about how scared and uncomfortable I had felt throughout the day. How was it that now, a matter of hours later, I could feel such a gentle fondness for the very same person who made me upset? Moody hermit, I accused myself. Yeah, you're probably right, I thought in reply. And with that, I closed my eyes and waited for sleep. Chapter 4, Growth. We're gonna save again because why not? I slept soundly that night and woke up feeling surprisingly good. The sun was shining, my body and mind were refreshed once again. Something smelled delicious in the kitchen-y kind of way. Hey, I could get used to this though, not my brain. I rolled my eyes at myself. I hopped out of bed. This was the start of a new routine. It had to be. Mallory was here now, and I didn't want either one of us to take advantage of the other. I wondered if she learned about the system I had set up for living off-grid. I definitely needed to understand why certain things were important, like conserving water, obviously, but she might actually enjoy being involved with the work I did on a daily. Man, I still remember some of these lines, which is the incredible part, because when a game can get you to remember lines, even if it's been a while since you played the game, you know the game really fucking sunk in, which is the crazy part. Because I'm sure if I go back to DDLC, I'm gonna remember some of the lines and be like, oh yeah. It's just I need to remember the voices that I gave the 4 girls, because I did my best for voice acting for all 4 of them. I think Natsuki would be the easiest one for me. Same with Iri's voice, because them two are kind of like polar opposites, and I love their voices I gave them. Maybe we could share the load. She could be the Sam to my Frodo. I didn't know this was Lord of the Rings. So is this the Lord of the Rings of visual novels? My heart felt kind of bright and big at that thought of having a friend, even if it was just for a while. It was something to break up the mind-numbing monotony which of that sweet post-apocalypse lifestyle I'd been living. I could be an okay teacher. I taught online courses before for beginners wanting to learn C#. Teaching someone how to feed a chicken shouldn't be any harder than that. I shouted softly down the stairs, and snuck into the kitchen. Some egg medley bubbled away in a skillet, and a pot of rice was boiling over. Oh, Dango's here? Oh my. Mallory stood with her back to me, struggling to reach something high up in the cupboard.
Your pot is boiling.
Oh, you surprised me. Good morning. How did you sleep?
This ain't that bad, you know? And I love the apron. She moved back from the stove, transferred the rice off the heat, and she picked up the skillet and gave the eggs a good toss. Bro, what happened? Dude, you're right. Like, she really is. Like, I like the CG. This one is pretty damn good, actually. I think it's the apron that does it, because the bow really makes it pop. The hair, the way it flows. Like, oh my god.
I slept okay. How about you?
She smiled, whipping her hands on her apron. But it was my mother's apron. Actually, I was pleasantly surprised to see it. It had been tucked away in the bottom drawer and forgotten about for a long time.
Great. Your couch is super comfy, and that blanket is so cozy and warm.
Well, I bet there's another blanket that would be cozy and warm.
Good. I'm glad.
My gaze drifted to the open cupboard behind Mallory.
Did you need something from up there?
Uh,
She looked back at the cupboard and let out a nervous giggle.
yes, please. I was looking for aspirin and I thought I saw a bottle up there, but I couldn't really reach. I didn't want to risk standing up on a chair or something with my leg.
Is it getting more painful? I did notice a little redness yesterday, but I didn't think it was infected. Unless... Wait, you're not feeling sick, are you?
Uh-oh. First, you give her bed blankets you can sleep without. You turned it from a sus moment into a non-sus moment. I'll give you credit for that.
No, it's just the leg. It's a bit achy.
I motioned for her to switch places with me, keeping some distance between us, while I reached up and grabbed the aspirin bottle out of the cupboard. It was still half full. Yeah, I hesitated for a while, and reluctant to share my supply, but then could order more, as along with that first aid kit I needed to replace. I set the bottle on the counter and stepped away so Mallory could take it. She smiled so brightly that dimples appeared on her cheeks.
Thank you so much. You're the best.
Hell no, I'd die again without a blanket. That dead meme, Jesus Christ, man. First, our lips together, tried not to smile. We were still standing too close to another. I took a few steps back, clearing my throat.
Maybe it's time for another temperature check, just to be sure.
I went to grab the scanner and came back.
Could you, move your hair?
Bro, you want her to move her beautiful hair? She lifted the bandages off her forehead, or the bangs off her forehead, so I get a clear reading of the temperature scanner. After a few moments, the happy sound of one beep let me know she was fever-free.
Okay, you're good. But we should keep distancing until enough time has passed to know for sure.
Mallory nodded, and as she untied her apron, then she did a little whirl on her good leg and offered me a plate. That sounded so graceful.
How's this for a second attempt at breakfast?
Whoa, whoa, we're zoomed in, dude. Whoa. You can even see the steam animation coming off. For a 10 out of 10 quality game, would recommend. The food looked glorious. I knew the eggs were fresh because I'd collected them myself just a few days prior, but still, what she had done with them was beyond impressive. Rough chopped vegetables and herbs gave splashes of color to the omelet. I've never eaten an omelet before, which was stuffed with steaming hot rice speckled with even more seasoning. The whole thing was downright heavenly aroma. Nice omelet? Bro, yeah, nice omelet. There ain't anything else in this picture that we need to look at. I should invest in an eye tracker so that chat could actually see where I'm looking. Sending some good old Shakespearean. Oh my god! Why can I not read worth a shit? Good old Shakespeare came into my brain. Did my heart love till now? Forswear it, sight. For I never saw true beauty till this breakfast. I thought to myself, you are a nerd. Chat, you are a nerd, alright? Sus. Alright, I haven't done anything sus because I just called chat a nerd.
Well, you seem to have learned how to use the stove properly.
She blushed. Oh no, I hoped I hadn't embarrassed her. I meant that as a jokingly complimentary thing. You've been alone for too long, I said to my brain.
Really, this is amazing, and I don't deserve it.
Second breakfast. We enjoyed our breakfast at the dining room table, sitting across from each other, just like the previous night. Though the great big windows at Mallory's back, the yard looked bright and inviting.
Looks like we'll have great weather today. I was thinking of doing some work in the garden for a while. A place like this needs a lot of maintenance. 10 acres of green space, all the off-grid systems. It's a constant running to-do list to keep everything going.
It seems pretty amazing. Is it hard to take care of it all by yourself?
It can be hard work, but it's worth it.
Well, what can I do to help?
I looked at her a little surprised. Oh, this decision seemed like it's gonna be hard because, like, I don't want her to hurt herself even more, even though she looks like she has balls of steel. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't want her to feel like she's useless, kind of deal, you know? Because I don't want her to feel sad. Oh, great. Alright, we're performing a save scum so that if she does, like, get hurt, you know, that I can come back and do the other one. Because I'll see if because she looks excited to go do something, so I figured I could ask her to help in the garden.
I suppose you could join me if you'd like. Some fresh air might help you feel rejuvenated, speed up your healing. I could show you a little bit about my setup too. Introduce you to the hens.
She just needs to dodge. She startled as though I had woken her from a daydream. Her eyes, bright and beautiful, locked into mine. Wow, was all I could think.
You have hens? Like little chickens that actually run around going cluck cluck? For real?
Yeah, I laughed. It hadn't occurred to me that she might not have ever seen one before. But if she came from the city, which I sort of assumed she did, it made sense. Her childlike excitement over something so normal to me would have warmed my heart against its will. One of our neighbors has, I think one of them has a rooster and another one has like a bunch of chickens or whatever. And they live kind of on the opposite end of the neighborhood.
Yeah, I have fish too. You want to meet them?
She raised excited fist, practically bouncing in her seat.
Yes, I do. I really do.
Okay, let's head outside then.
She jumped up, and the very definition of bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, her enthusiasm wasn't infectious. It made me feel more lively too. I thought about insisting we both mask up if we were going to be spending the day close proximity, but I thought about it more and more, and since we were outside with lots of space around, since neither of us had symptoms, I imagined it'd be fine. As we headed outside, I offered Mallory a jacket. She declined. I was skeptical that she'd be warm enough in her threadbare dress, but it was her call. At least the sun was warm today, and there wasn't much wind. I let Mallory lead the way through the garden. She would stop to examine all the different growing things, all the fruits and vegetables, more than enough for one person. I often had an overabundance of produce, so I'd end up canning a lot of it, except for those potatoes. Rip.
Oh my gosh! Are these strawberries?
There she stood in the strawberry patch, like a total wonderment on her face.
They look so plump and juicy, and they're so red. How did you grow them?
Remember we grew strawberries once and then that was that. We didn't get that much.
They're actually the easiest thing to maintain around here. They grow like weeds. Pretty much every year I get 3 whole harvests out of this patch.
Really? What do you do with all of them?
I make my own jams, put them in salads, make smoothies, things like that. I dehydrate some for easy snacking too.
It's been a while since I had a smoothie actually, and now I kind of want to go get one. Chat, you want to go get a smoothie?
But I think they're best right off the bush. You're welcome to have some.
Her eyes widened. They were huge and they were actually twinkling now. How did she do that? Because she's beautiful and she's an angel.
I've never eaten a strawberry before. Are you sure?
Alright, I guess we're gonna be going to get a smoothie or two. Of course Mallory's coming. How could she decline, you know?
Never? Jeez. Yeah, help yourself. Just put your index finger and thumb right behind the stem and pinch it off.
This CG's pretty cool. And we get a nice look at the thighs that she has, you know? I watched her reach out in search of the perfect strawberry to pluck.
Watch out for slugs.
She paused, stuck out her tongue to snug at me and Jess, and selected her perfect strawberry first.
Oh, wow. These taste just like sunshine. I could eat these every day.
What? Dead Meme doesn't want Mallory to come? Man.
Feast away.
I couldn't help but want to offer her everything just then. The happiest reading offer was like addictive or something.
Oh, look. This one's shaped like a heart. Ooh, this one here is huge. Look how shiny and red it is. It's like something out of a picture book. Oh, there's a little bug munching on that one. Enjoy your meal, little bug.
I smiled to myself while Mallory was chattered away, eating strawberries by the handful. I picked up my rake and started to take care of fallen leaves that were encroaching on the garden. Mallory noticed and came over.
Can I do that?
Nah, she can. It's another to add to my jeez. Oh my god. Are you that evil? Like, I believe you were chaotic neutral the other day, but like, you're going down towards the evil path now. Her smile was brighter than the sky above us.
No, that's okay. You need to go easy on your leg.
My leg feels fine. Please?
She just looked so earnest. Reluctantly, I passed her the rake. While Mallory took care of the raking, I made my way to the other end of the garden where I worked at pulling weeds. Pretty soon, the bucket almost full. When I looked around Mallory, I saw her standing beside a leaf pile in progress, pausing to catch her breath. I felt bad for letting her take on the raking. She probably ended up feeling pretty sore afterwards. Still, it was nice to have the help. I could already tell that the chores would go quicker this way. I watched her until she finished up and little break go back to raking, or rather until she spotted me looking at her and gave me a thumbs up, which I pretended I hadn't seen. I'm an in-between chaotic, neutral, and evil. It's always nice to kind of swing between two alignments, you know? Because then, I guess you could say you get the best of both worlds, you know?
Do, pulling up weeds.
And then we could roll them up later. I shook my head at myself, tossing another fistful of leafy stalks into a bucket. Something about this girl stirred up in my inside. She was like a cartoon princess, too happy and determined, almost too good to be real. Breaking the fourth wall again! One of my favorite things about this studio is they love to break the fourth wall. It's so good. I, for one, definitely would have been tough enough to pick up a rake with my leg injured like that. If anything, I'd sit on the couch playing video games until it healed. So I guess I felt a feeling that was partway between admiration and total bewilderment. Bewilderment. I cannot speak shit. Because Mallory was, her pale skin glistening as she did my yard work for me. Her dress swayed and dancing around her thighs as she moved. Bro, Mallory is an absolute unit, and especially because you're talking about her thighs now, you know? Wait, I'm still looking at her? I thought I went back to weeding. I had to pull an end to this distraction. It looked like Mallory was just about to finish anyway, so I carried my bucket over to her.
Looking good. Good work, I mean.
Just kidding.
Let's move all this stuff into the compost bin.
Okay. What's that?
I showed her the bin we filled up with weeds and old leaves. I gave her the rundown.
Basically, I put all the dead plant matter and vegetable waste I have into the tumbler. Since it's a sealed container, it traps lots of heat inside and helps the stuff break down. See the handle on the side? I use that to turn the tumbler so everything gets mixed together. Then, once it's all broken down, I mix it in with the garden soil. The compost gives the soil extra nutrients, which helps the plants grow. It's kind of like the circle of life. I save all the peels and ends from the produce I eat, turn them into compost, and use that to grow more stuff. So the garden really provides its own nutrients for the next crop of plants that grow there.
I bet like the first crop season was probably like the most difficult because you don't have any of the compost.
Wow, that's amazing.
I remember narrating this too.
Honestly, everyone should be doing this. It's a big part of reducing waste.
You know, he doesn't bring up a bad point actually. And hell, we get paid for it, you know?
It's like a big friendly leaf monster. Nom nom nom.
That was wholesome. Mallory, that was really wholesome. God damn it. She fed the last of the garden waste into the mouth of the bin, then she patted at the top of it as though praising it a good dog. Oh my god. Mallory? Oh my god, Mallory. I'm liking her more and more now. I nearly snorted it with laughter. She was too pure for this world, really. For a few moments we stood together admiring the garden. It looked so clean and healthy now. Then when a twinge of anxiety, I noticed how close we were to another, how close we had been working together. But it was probably fine. She seemed healthy, more than healthy. She was handling her injury remarkably well. Was that so-called power of positive thinking at work? Man! She's too pure for this world, indeed. That's the theme with this game. Never mind, I lurched backwards, looked at her in horror.
Are you feeling sick?
No, sorry. It's just my throat is dry. I'm really thirsty.
Alright, we'd been working for a while, and now that she mentioned it, I felt pretty poached too. Phew.
I'll go get us some water.
I dipped inside, took a few deep breaths, and went up to fill a couple of stainless steel water bottles. Everything was fine. Her temperature had been normal from the get-go. She had no fatigue, no symptoms of the virus at all, apart from one cough, which was justified. All the plant garden needs is some Zombros. Still, it was a reminder that I shouldn't be letting my guard down. When I returned outside, I found Mallory staring at my roof with one hand raised to shade her eyes from the intense sunlight.
What are those? They look like shields for your house.
I looked up at the roof where she was pointing.
Oh, sort of. They're solar panels. And they look like they could use a sweep, actually.
Why? What are they for?
They absorb energy from the sun and turn it into power for the cabin.
What? Really?
Here. Face toward the sun and spread your arms out.
She hesitated, then raised her arms up. She closed her eyes and tilted her head so the sun lit up her pale face.
Feel the warmth? That's energy from the sun, or as I like to call it, the nuclear furnace that sits in the sky 150 million kilometers away from us.
It is what it is because it's true.
The solar panels take that energy and convert it into electricity. That current makes its way down to a charge controller, which turns the current into voltage for the batteries. My computer, appliances, and lights are all modified to run off that DC voltage. Oh, and the charge controller is hooked up to a battery that can store all that incoming energy. So we can still run the power for a while, even when the sun has gone away.
I hope my explanation made sense for someone who's never seen solar panels before. The concept might be a hard one to grasp.
So you capture the sunshine and turn it into energy? Isn't that like what flowers do?
Yeah, that's one way of thinking about it.
The twinkle in her eyes had returned. She continued to gaze up at the panels in awe.
It's like magic. If we'd had something like this where I grew up, then the citywide power outages wouldn't have mattered so much.
Her smile faded a little. Suddenly the conversation felt heavy. I wanted to ask her to tell me more, but I was
Give me
afraid.
a few minutes to sweep the leaves off the roof. Then we can go say hi to the hens.
Ooh, okay.
They're over there, just FYI, in case I happen to fall to my death or something.
What?
Don't worry, if that happens, you can just bury me in the garden. My corpse will give lots of nutrients to the soil.
It's one way to think about it. She gasped, clearly horrified, and I couldn't keep a straight face before I laughed.
Don't kid around like that. It's not funny.
Well, I guess we're gonna find out about her horrifying past as you know, it seems like all these visual novels have one.
Sorry. I'll be back in a few. You rest.
I grabbed my ladder and broom from the shed, headed up to the roof. I swept all the leaves off the solar panels and cleared the leaves, cleaned out the eaves throws for a good measure. I paused to gaze down at Mallory in the garden. She looked so peaceful among the plants. Butterflies had gathered nearby in a patch of wild flowers, and she was smiling at them. I didn't think I'd ever see a sweeter scene. I voiced every word that Mallory did when I played. When you play the Not Safe for Work, you see how difficult that got a few times. Oh my god, wait. I voiced every word that Mallory didn't when I played. No, really? So, in the Not Safe for Work version, they miss a few of the voice lines? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Man. Wow. Looked across the distant hills towards what remained of the city, which is where Mallory probably came from. That was where Mallory had come from, I'd assume, so... But now she had confirmed it with her comment about the power outages, the thought of her living there almost hurt. Even from the rooftop, I could see everything had fallen into disrepair. No, not that. There are some sussy scenes. Fair enough. I remember the long ago announcement that the public buildings would be closing down indefinitely. Sports stadiums, movie theaters, malls, and offices had been shuttered. A lot of these VTubers do. There's two? That's it? Probably shorter than some of the Hush Hush scenes. I mean, it's better than nothing, am I right? But some of these VTubers are so sussy. Like, who am I watching again? Nihum, I believe is how her name's pronounced. Like, when she shows those thighs, bro, like, chat just goes total sus mode. And it's just insane. Do I have her emotes, or... Oh, someone hasn't gifted me a sub yet. Oh well. Actually, the sussy scenes on here are longer than the Hush Hush ones. It's probably because there's more Hush Hush scenes than what this game has, so that's probably like the trade-off. And they have a bit more detail. I'll say this though, Paladin Panda, it's probably going to just be a little detail for right now, because keep in mind, right, the game is still in early access, right? So we still have the early access part of Hush Hush, and I had to voice my character was Saint. But since we're still in early access of Hush Hush, there's a very, you know, possibility that we could get more detail. You know? I guess we could just go complain on the Steam forums, you know? Common Sussmon L. Well, I hadn't set foot in the city in years, and looking at it now, I had no desire to ever set foot there again. There are several places that I feel about like that too. Because it is what it is. But what else do I have to say about it? With a sad sigh, I turned my back on the ghost city and climbed down from my roof. I met Mallory in the garden and forced a smile.
Ready?
She seemed so excited as we made our way over to the chicken coop. For a moment, I even thought I saw a spring in her step, but I realized it was just her lip. Was the aspirin she'd taken wearing off already? I'm not saying it was bad, it has more detail. Hush is perfectly fine the way it is, besides the lack of harem ending. Yet, early access, the possibilities of a possibility are endless. It just depends on what SPS wants to do, and I think we've, on Steam, we're complaining enough that there's no harem ending, that SPS is going to be grinding out a harem ending. So I think we're gonna have Hush Hush in early access for a few months before, you know, we get it. Unless they add the harem ending to just the 18 plus DLC, and they don't give a safe for work version, which would fucking suck. Well, we do need the harem meme ending, because that would be the best. Because that's all you get with Crush Crush, is you get the harem ending, and that's it. The chickens clucked with enthusiasm when they saw I had company. When I opened the door to the fenced area, some of them flapped their wings furiously, sending feathers flying and making Mallory laugh.
For as long as they've been alive, I've been alone. So they're either happy for me or scared of you. Not sure.
Hold the gate shut behind us. Mallory was already saying hello to each individual chicken, giving them compliments and asking them how they were enjoying the morning. Then she saw the chicks and then she gasped.
Babies!
Did I not mention that? Yeah, they hatched a few days ago. You can pick them up if you want.
She looked up at me, her eyes doing that shimmery sparkly thing again. I saw that they were tears there, and I thought or hoped that they were tears of joy.
They're so cute. Are you sure I can touch them? It looks like they'll break. They're so tiny.
Funny, that was exactly how I felt about her.
They'll be okay. Just gently scoop them up into your hands.
Okay.
So that's why she likes the chicks in Crush Crush. Oh wow, this scene ain't that bad. This one's pretty good actually. She carefully held out her hand. Some of the chicks came closer, investigating her, and it didn't take long before a couple of them volunteered to step onto her palms. Mallory let out a small squeak, and then lifted the chick up to her face. Chick reciprocated with its own happy peeping noises, dancing in the hands as she stroked their golden down with single fingertip.
They're so soft. I love them.
I love it when they're so happy because it makes me feel happy too. Give me chicken. I was on Reddit the other day, and apparently if there's excess chicks, like male chicks, they just put them into like this meat grinder, and then you know you have just ground up male chicks. And I'm like, what the fuck? They actually do this? And it was so fucking weird. But hey, it's the world we fucking live in. I believed her, it was weird. I couldn't fathom loving something so easily or so quickly, but Mallory did. And I had a hunch she'd taken a bullet for those baby chicks. I've also been told about like what the how they get what do you call it? Like full chickens. Like they go on the conveyor belt and then they get their head chopped off, but they don't know what's going on, but so they just stand on the conveyor belt and go, and boom, you get a fucking whole ass chicken. And I remember watching Charles White one night, and he was doing a thing on McDonald's, and one of the things was McDonald's had they accidentally served someone a full a chicken, or like their chicken tenders or whatever, and one of the customers got a fucking chicken head out of it. And I was like, how do the employees not see the chicken head when they pull it out of the deep fryer? You know? How do they not go, oh, that's a chicken head?
Oh, sorry about the smell, by the way. I'm used to it, so I guess I forget that coops can get pretty smelly.
I don't find it bad at all.
She continued to pet and play with the little chicks. The whole scene was just so precious.
Do you want to feed them? There's a bag of grain just behind you.
She looked over her shoulder, smiling, and gently set down the chicks so that she could reach for the bag. She took out a handful of grain and scattered it in front of her. The chicks started to eat, and soon the adult hens came to join them. All the chickens loved Mallory. nibbled at her dress and danced around her as she fed them. The clucking intensified with every handful of grain, becoming so loud that Mallory started to laugh.
They're so happy.
I
I
nodded.
try to give them a good life, even if it's only a short one.
Huh? What do you mean?
Oh no. Why do they say that? Alright, Mr. Chicken, come on out back. You'll be fine. I'm just gonna make some KFC, because we live in Alabama. What should I say next? Change the subject, answer honestly. Alright, do I tell her that I do KFC? Or do I tell her that, you know, play World of Warcraft on the computer? What do I tell her? You did the second one, then I'm gonna go balls to the walls. KF meme. And no, I don't really have plans to play that weird KFC dating game because it just seems way too fucking weird for me to even consider saying yes. And I'm like, yeah, no, I've never been to KFC, and I don't know if I ever will go. Alright?
Well, some of these chicks will grow up into egg layers, so that we can eat things like that amazing omelet you made this morning. And others will be butchered for meat.
She stared at me, then she looked away and those were definitely not tears of joy in her eyes anymore. She petted another baby chick, but this time her hand was trembling. I felt pretty bad in that moment.
You take care of them from the time they're little babies like this, and then you kill them?
It's not like I want to. It's just how it goes. I need to eat, and I can't exactly go pick up meat from the grocery store.
And also, Mallory, when you go to the grocery store and see like that juicy steak, you know, where did it come from? It didn't come from like a 3D printer. It came from a fucking cow. Oh my god. I didn't feel this is something that needed to be explained, let alone justified. It was how people survived. It wasn't pleasant or ideal, but just staying away from each other to stop the spread deadly virus was necessary. Just realized whose voice the male's is. Who is it? Is it Keanu Reeves? The man himself? It has to be. Or is it Chris Pratt? Because I know in Mio's chat they go nuts about Chris Pratt. Or is it Harris? Bro, if it's Harris, oh my god. The delinquent from Hush Hush. So you're saying Mallory is with the delinquent. I forgot his name in Blush Blood. What? So the delinquent is in Blush Blush? Holy shit. Well, okay, I know he's not in Blush Blush. I know it's the voice actor. That didn't mean you fucking voiced him. I didn't know your voice sounded so delinquent, you know? Because, you know, delinquent from Hush Hush and all that. Anyway, I don't know where that was going, but it happened. No, the delinquent is in... No, the delinquent is in PF and Blush Blush. PF. PF, what? He has an actual name, I can't remember it. What's PF? I feel like I should know it, but I don't. Phone fling. That's right. Yep. Fitting for my. Oh my god, I could really see that dead meme being the voice actor for Delinquent. Did she not get that? Why wasn't she saying anything?
Mallory?
I understand. I guess I just never thought about it before. It makes me a little sad.
Alright, I think we need to keep her away from the internet because some of the things she's gonna find on the internet, she's gonna be sad about, you know?
I'll be okay though. Thank you for bringing me to meet them.
She stood up, gave the chickens a wave goodbye, and left the coop. I followed her outside, shutting the gate behind us. like I said,
Shall we head back inside?
yeah, you're right. She is too pure for this world. It's like, it doesn't seem like it's her fault either because, you know, shit happens. I remember seeing a video on Reddit, 1978, if I recall correctly. I think it was a French group of explorers found a little group of people who had never interacted with the rest of the world, and that did mean wait, you weren't. What? It must have been someone else who hit follow. But hey, thanks for the follow, man. 107 followers now, so we're almost at 110. Wow. But it was so interesting. French explorers found humans who had never interacted with humans before, outside of like their group of people. And it was so interesting to see that. Very interesting, actually. I guess not Keck. Time to unfollow? Well, it is what it is. I can't stop you. Wait, 108 followers? Wait, that did meme. You count as a 2 followers? Bro. There's something about you, that dead meme. You count as 2 followers. Cheap, cheap. Chirp, cheap. She nodded as we strolled across the grass. I felt a little awkward when we met back up in the cabin. There was an unhappy tension, but I didn't know if it was just me feeling guilty or something. He's built differently. Nah, I'm memeing. I remember one time on YouTube, I clicked the like button and it went up by 1,000. So I took a video and posted it to Snapchat back in the day, you know? Is it calling me fat? It's not me, okay? I'm not trying to call you fat. But I know you said it. So it's possible that, you know, it's calling you fat. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. Shit happens, life happens, you know? I don't know what else to say about it. I tried to inject a little Cupercidiness into my voice. Now, that was me breaking the fourth wall right there, you know?
So, there was one more thing I really wanted to show you today. It's the most intricate and nerdy of all my systems, and by far my favorite.
Oh, so there's a Rui moment in this game, and we're gonna Rui everything? She tilted her head questioningly.
Remember when I said I have fish? Well, it's a bit more complicated than that.
Oh, so he has a fish farm, and then he kills all of them. Well,
the fish are actually part of a system I use to grow plants and food indoors. That way I can have at least some fresh things to eat in winter.
That was painful. Time for me to break the 5th one. Are you secretly Deadpool?
Oh?
It's called aquaponics, and it's really freaking cool. Come on, I'll show you.
At least it's not a Ruiing everything moment. I don't know, I'm never gonna get over saying it's like referring to Rui as Ruiing everything, because it's what she fucking did in Hush Hush. She ruined everything. She smiled softly like she was charmed by a Dio. That was a relief.
Okay.
I led Mallory through the cabin to my aquaponics room. It was sort of tucked away. And since I had always kept the door closed, it was easy to miss. I'm not dead. Well, just dead. Well, bro, this fish right here looks dummy thick for a fish. And then this one looks dummy thin. I found myself oddly excited to show her this. I felt almost proud as I opened the door, revealing the dim room on the other side.
Why is it so dark in here?
I know, the purple light is kind of strange. It's because those are grow lights. Their wavelength mimics the sun and gives the plants the specific red and blue light they need. It's a way of tricking them into thinking they're outdoors.
Or they could actually be outdoors and they just don't know it.
Not that plants can think.
She smiled like she thought I was maybe a little funny, but which lifted my spirits even higher. I followed her all the way to the room. It wasn't something I acknowledged often, but this was my favorite place. Caring for the plants and the fish, watching them grow and change and live, gave me a feeling of connection I didn't quite get from the outdoor garden or the hens. I didn't even feel a connection like that with other humans, no matter what happened, or no matter how many forums I joined or chats I took part in, or emails I sent or received.
This is amazing.
Told ya.
I know, but I wasn't expecting so many plants. You have so much food.
I felt a twinge of guilt for how upset I'd been over the potatoes she'd burned. She walked down the rows of potted vegetables and fish tanks, murmuring hello at the fish, examining the water feeding system and the grow lights. I imagined it all through her eyes, as someone seeing something like this for the first time. It must have seemed like a mad scientist light or something. She paused, peering more closely at what are the fish tanks?
Why are there plants growing out of the tank water?
Because they can.
Technically, they're not. They have their own water. It's just been cycled through the fish tank as well. That's how they get nutrients.
Bro, she's arching the back to show off that ass. Like, she's literally asking for it. Her expression just there was cute. You know it, I know it, everybody knows it, it is what it is. I pointed out the tubes that cycled the water.
It's like the circle of life, kind of. I feed the fish and they produce waste, which contains ammonium. That gets converted to nitrites and then into nitrates, which the plants can use to grow.
All the science. Eat them. Okay, are you referring to the plants? Or are you referring to her ass?
These tubes carry the tank water up through a filter. The filter traps all the bits of waste and gunk that won't help the plants and lets the now nutrient-rich water run through and into the plant pots. It's all a careful balance, everything working in harmony. If I feed the fish and keep the filters clean, then they're able to take care of my plants for me.
Mallory watched the fish swimming lazily back and forth, her face filled with wonder. I grabbed the container of fish food and held it out.
Here, feed them. Just take a bit and sprinkle it in.
If Meme said it, it's the plants 100%, or 1000%. Same thing. Alright, then it's the plants. I smiled at her encouragingly.
Okay.
She took a pinch of fish food out of the container and gently sprinkled some flakes into the tank. The fish swam excitedly towards the flakes. Opening and closing their mouths, Mallory smiled and gave them some more.
They're really hungry. Looking at them feels peaceful.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I had a fish, also because they had putty cats for a while. I watched her watching the fish. I imagined showing her how to set up like this, or how to set up a system like this from scratch. I imagined us doing it together, planting the seeds of her favorite flower or special fruit that she never tried, celebrating the first bud and the first harvest. Mallory startled me by asking very suddenly,
Who taught you all of this?
I have no idea. She was too close, took a step back and bumped into some shelving behind me. I could feel my face warming up.
Well, my parents used to take care of their plants sort of like this when I was young.
The heck?
And then I taught myself a bunch more by reading or by trial and error.
She shook her head a little, her gaze fixed somewhere far away.
My family had nothing like this. There was one grocery store in our neighborhood. we'd have to wait in line for ages, and then the shelves would be practically empty. We had to scrounge and make do with food that was either spoiled or just plain not enough.
BRB? Oh no, chat is BRBing. Well, it is what it is. Not much I can do about it. Oh, I'm out of soda now. It sucks. 3 minutes till midnight. I'll probably go to 1 a.m. this night because as much as I had fun going to 4 a.m., I have school and work on Tuesday, so I want to not destroy my sleep schedule too much, you know? Just for a little bit, you know? Maybe on another day when I have like a 3-day weekend, I'll probably do it again. Because that was kind of fun if you ask me.
All these systems you use. If we could have had something like this, then maybe...
My stomach felt tight. That was it. She was opening up. She was finally going to tell me where'd she come from, what kind of life she had, maybe even what she'd been doing out in the rain that night. Didn't feel ready. Why was my heart beating so fast? She looked so somber as her mouth came open and hesitant. And then she said, that's what she said.
I love that you wanted to show me all this stuff. But, what do you do for fun around here?
Oh. She nudged me and gave me a cheeky little smile. Okay, so much for that idea. Forced my own smile, averting my eyes.
Yeah, I know. All work and no play. Yada yada. How about this? Let's go make some tea, get something to eat, and I'll show you my video games.
Where the best part of the soundtrack was hitting as I proceeded to get fucking one shot. You know, it be like that sometimes, you know? It really does. She nodded, suddenly grinning just as brightly as she had been that morning, as if the day had brought her no sadness at all. She said goodbye to all the fish and went back out into the brightly lit hall. I followed and closed up the room behind us. Oh yeah, that dead meme. Did you destroy Raptor in Smash Bros today? Like, did you absolutely destroy him 100% of the time that you two did a match? Because I was getting that vibe earlier and I'm like, man, Raptor's getting wrecked, and Raptor says he's the #1 spot on his school's gaming team for Smash Bros. That's what he told me on stream the other day, because I asked him. I ended up spending most of the afternoon playing games on my tablet and snacking. When I showed Mallory my favorite retro game, the idle clicker game with just the right balance of dopamine-inducing rewards, she told me she'd play it before with her sister when they were children. What the fuck? 50-50? Oh damn! Wow. So I bet Raptor learned a thing or two then. Which is always good, you know? She was so excited about this, and once again, her enthusiasm was infectious.
I used to hold the record for fastest speedrun of this game, you know.
Used to is the key word.
You did not. There's no such thing as a speedrun of a clicker game, and if there was, that record would be held by a bot.
But Mio holds the speed record for Crush Crush. Yo, Rubik's Solver, how you doing, mate? Thanks for the raid, and welcome raiders. We're doing Cabin Fever because I don't know if you guys saw it last night, but we stayed up till 4 a.m. and we completed Hush Hush, and yeah, that was interesting. You know, it was really interesting that we stayed up till 4 a.m. to do it. And then I said, you know what, let's do this, because that was the second run of Hush Hush I did. And I'm like, alright, I spent 2 weeks of the game, maybe it's time to mix it up just a little bit. But at the same time, I'm already like, I wish I was still playing it, you know? But I hope your stream went well, Rubik's. What were you doing on your stream? I know yesterday you did Vampire Survivors. which really does seem like a nice game. The stream is going well, actually, yeah. Hey, it's fine, Rubik Solver. We all have a life to live, you know? But hey, usually what I do is if I raid someone, I kind of do the same thing of what you do, you know? So, the lurk is better than anything, you know? CF is fantastic. Bro. Wait, CF, oh, cabin fever. I'm a dumbass, alright? Just accept it, and it is what it is. Alright? But I hope everyone here also likes cabin fever too, because Paladin Panda is telling me about how all of it. Yes, CF, cabin fever. We did a bit of the vampire survivors and I drew some glorious art. You do art too? Wow. I should definitely go check it out. Where do you post your art? Because maybe I'll take a look at it on stream, unless it's, you know, not safe for work kind of thing, you know? Well, who am I kidding? Mio did a lewd art. Nah, I blanked too, you're fine. It is what it is, you know? All these abbreviations, and once you learn all of them, it's like, alright, you know? Like LFG, for example, I was like, well, I know it's looking for group in video games, at least from what I learned in World of Warcraft, and let's fucking go. And it could even mean looking for a girl, you know? Oh boy. We tease each other like that, laughing and sharing a little meaningless anecdotes, and I didn't even notice her shifting closer to me, getting more comfortable. I appreciate the thought. It's super silly, just goofy doodles with chat suggestions. Hey, as long as everyone's having fun, you know, that's all that really matters. Get meme like that. I do like your play on words with meme, because that is just so great, you know? Everything becomes a meme, like Mallory meme L's. You haven't given her a win yet, though. You really haven't. You just been giving her a bunch of L's. We were too comfortable. Comfortable sense took over, then Mallory leaned against me. Uh-oh. Are we getting to sussy moments? Too nervous to move, I looked down. Her eyes were closed. She was falling asleep. Mallory does nothing but win. What do you mean? I was talking about that dead meme. He gives her all the L's possible. For some reason, I let her stay there on my shoulder. My memification knows no boundaries. That's always a good quality trait, though, you know? Having the humor, like the traffic ticket the other day with Euro's dad. Look at that face. It does not know failure. My throat tightened up. This was not okay. Man! Slowly with deliberate care, I slid away from her. I just threw a cushion to lower her onto the couch, trying my best not to wake her. Placed a blanket over her, she continued to breathe deeply, in and out, unmoving. According to my clock, it was only just past 7. I was surprised Mallory had fallen asleep so deeply already. She looked like she looked like she'd been there for the rest of the night. There's nothing wrong with that, you know? She'd pick up the rake, started raking, had so much fun looking at chickens and all that, then all the fish and all the fancy plants and all that, you know? She had an interesting day. Maybe I shouldn't have let her help me with so many chores, I thought, but then I was getting pretty sleepy too. I crept into the kitchen as quietly as I could, made a nightly cup of herbal tea. We snacked all afternoon, so I wasn't hungry, but that cup of tea before bed was an absolute must. Look at that face. That was no failure, but failed to see that bear trap. You got him there, actually, that dead meme. You really did get Paladin Panda right there. Like, wow. Carefully, I carried my mug upstairs, settling in as not to disturb Mallory. It wasn't long before I was dozing off. Tea only half gone, my body had been warmed by the fire, which made it all too easy to drift off to sleep. Oi. Well, here we go. Oh, Paladin Panda. You should probably tell Mio that you're Paladin Panda now. And then, you know, she might be like, oh, so you're now part of the SPS team, huh? Then I dreamt of the chicken coop being empty. There was only traces left behind of hens, and their feathers were scattered everywhere on the ground. Koya's must have spirited them away, my dream brain thought. Remember pocketing one of the feathers and walking around the woods in search of them. It was a very strange dream, unlike any other I had before. Uh-oh. It's Sussmon's turn to take the L's. Why was that my nickname again? Because I accidentally called you Panda for some reason last night. And then I just put Paladin Panda together because I'm like, you know what? You've already called him Panda. Might as well just put the two together and be done with it, you know? But hey, sometimes the funniest mistakes happen at the most awkward times. Save, because I'm safe scumming the shit out of this game. I woke up to the sun shifting at an unfamiliar angle. Though my bedroom window I checked time, I realized I slept in not by much, but still weird. I said I must have needed extra sleep. I knew the stress that could drain the body's energy, and yeah, I'd been stressed over the past couple of days. But the house smelled amazing again. My stomach clenched and the unclenched in hunger. There was nothing, absolutely nothing to be unhappy about. I got out of bed, got dressed, and made my way down the creaky staircase. Something struck me as I reached the bottom step. The chairs were tucked in at the table, the blankets were neatly folded on the couch, and I was pretty sure the floor had been swept again. And it all made me feel so much calmer than usual. I never knew how much my home's cleanliness could affect my mood. Which I will admit, it's hard to keep shit clean, but it just seems to keep people in a better state of mind. Unless you're Asmon Gold, then you don't give a shit and you have like McDonald's cups all over your fucking desk. And then you have pizza boxes and other shit just spewed all over the place. Remember Asmon Gold said there was a wasp in his house, he grabbed the wasp spray, the wasp landed on his steak that he was cooking, he fucking sprayed that shit on his steak and still ate the fucking steak after he rinsed it off. And I'm like, bruh, this man just fucking ate wasp bug spray on his steak. Straight up. It was one of the weirdest things I've ever heard in my fucking life.
Morning, sleepyhead. Your breakfast is waiting.
Uh-oh, she's calling me sleepyhead. She's giving me nicknames. Everything is going well. Just remain calm. Turned around, Mallory was standing extremely close to me. I thought about stepping back, but then I forgot because her cheeks were flushing red and I was pretty sure mine were too.
Good morning to you too. First things first though.
I went to grab the temperature scanner and held it between us.
Oh, right, of course.
She lifted her hair out of the way. Let me scan her forehead. Scanner beeped happily. Somehow I felt even more relieved than other times that I checked out and found her temperature to be normal. Mallory danced away from me, then spun back around. They love to zoom in on the food of this game. They do a great job of this food art. Suddenly there was a large plate of food under my nose. I grinned. Bad nickname, she didn't call you an El Bozo. Man, I don't need to be reminded that I'm an El Bozo. It is what it is though.
It isn't much, but I thought it would be good to have a high-calorie meal since we both worked so hard yesterday.
Didn't seem possible, but breakfast looked even more incredible than the one she made yesterday. The plate held a rainbow of food, sliced red strawberries on tower of golden pancakes that drizzled with amber syrup, a stir fry of rice with orange and yellow peppers surrounded by a fresh, crisp, glistening greens and perfect soft boiled egg. My mouth watered. She's certainly come a long way.
I did use the last of the eggs in your fridge to make this. I hope that's okay. I went out to check the coop for more, but there were none.
Uh-oh. I grabbed the plate and started eating. Through the mouthful of pancakes, I mumbled an incoherent reply to her and shook my head up and down.
Sometimes it takes them a day or two, but we'll have more eggs soon.
Fastest way to your heart achievement. Boom, I'm on my way to 100%, guys. We're gonna be there in no time. She smiled and sat down across from me on her own plate. She ate her breakfast with far more elegance than I ate mine. After we finished breakfast, I gathered up my paltry first aid supplies so I could clean and rewrap Mallory's leg. My gauze landed on the box of disposable masks tucked to the back of the drawer. The ones I'd been wearing every day were medical care necessities, getting up close and personal with her, but not when we were working outside or in the aquaponics room or when she sat next to me at the couch while I played my video game. So the door shut, deciding not to bother with the mask. The two of us chatted a little while I tended to her wound.
So I guess I worked you too hard yesterday, huh?
What makes you say that?
You fell asleep at like 7 o'clock last night.
Mallory flushed pink again. She didn't seem sure how to respond.
It's okay. You learned a lot yesterday, and learning is hard work. I probably went a little overboard with the teaching.
No, but I enjoyed it so much.
It made me really happy to hear her say that. Once I'd finished fixing her bandage, I got up to peer outside. The sky above was blue, but there were gray clouds gathering in the distance. I decided to check the forecast. Stood at my desk waiting for the computer to boot up and connect to the web. Once it did, a number of notifications popped up, chiming cheerfully. I followed them to my email inbox and glanced through my unread messages. One work update, a couple of newsletters, something from a coupon service I don't remember signing up for, and of course a bunch of hogwash forwards about my many cures my doctor didn't want me to know about. Let's fucking read it, why not? I clicked open one of the email forwards, smirking.
Hey Mallory, have you heard about this one weird trick for removing viral toxins?
One weird trick. Achievement.
Removing them from where?
It doesn't actually say, but there's a grainy picture of someone laying what looks like lasagna noodles across their stomach. So I'm assuming it's nothing to do with that.
That sounds so fucking hysterical. Like, there's probably someone out there doing that right now. Like, just literally thinking about it. There's someone laying lasagna noodles across their stomach to do exactly this or something else. You're not fucking wrong about that. Doctors hate him because they found the secret cure to everything.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe how many of these I get. They're so stupid.
Close out the email and delete it along with the others. I pulled a weather forecast.
Partly cloudy this morning with a chance of scattered showers throughout the afternoon and overnight. And it looks like tomorrow's gonna be rainy all day.
Felt like a bit of a chump for panicking about the weather. Looked up at Mallory.
Maybe there'll be enough water for a luxurious bath after all.
She grimaced and giggled.
I should probably do a few things outside though. Get the basic chores done before the weather turns.
I'll help.
I wasn't sure. I could tell she was sore from yesterday, and I was still worried about her leg. Also, why was she so insistent on doing so much?
How about you just keep me company this time?
Oh, alright.
We headed outside. The sunshine was strong, but the chill in the air that hadn't been present yesterday. Occasional clouds moved past the sun, casting cold shadows over the garden. A flock of geese passed over us, noisy and energized.
They're flying south to escape the coming cold. They probably have their own tropical paradise somewhere, with their own beach houses where they spend all winter sunbathing and drinking margaritas.
So they're going to Eero's place in Hush Hush, is what you're telling me. That's the vibe I'm getting here, guys.
Just kidding. Geese don't do that stuff. But wouldn't it be nice to go on a vacation like that?
I don't know. I've never been on a vacation.
I found pausing to bend and pull stray dandelion poking out of the grass.
Maybe someday someone will figure out a way to stop the virus, and you'll be able to go somewhere amazing.
Not by myself, I hope.
No, definitely not by yourself.
We walked around the property, Mallory humming happily to herself while I puttered about checking the well, making sure the hens were happy and fed, yanking more dandelions out of the ground when I saw them. Pretty soon Mallory grabbed a bucket and started pulling weeds too. It was like she couldn't help herself. I shook my head.
That's probably enough hard labor for the day. Let's go in. I need to do some work on my computer.
Oh, not just yet. Please. I'd like to enjoy the fresh air a little while longer before the rain comes.
Ah, okay. If you're good, then I'm good.
Reached down for another clump of weeds and felt my stomach flip when I saw a big black spider clinging onto the leaves I pulled. Flicked my hand reflectively, which sent the weed and the creepy crawly flying across the garden.
Ugh. Stay on the alert for spiders.
You got that right. The other day I was beginning to get out of work, and then I felt a spider and I'm like, aw shit, here we go again. Put my truck in park and fucking beat that motherfucker. It took like 4 smacks to kill the little shit. And it was a tiny spider too. It wasn't like one of those medium or bigger sized spiders like the ones I usually find on my truck. But man, I got home, I went and grabbed some lemon scent Febreze, sprayed the shit out of my truck with that because I found out spiders hate lemon spray. Kill all spiders, burn the garden down to the ground while you're at it. You got that fucking right. In Australia, I don't know how you guys fucking put up with those massive ass spiders, the kangaroos, and all the other like wild creatures you guys have. Like, Australia seems like a Jurassic Park. Like, straight up. I don't know how Australians live in a 24/7 Jurassic Park. It's incredible how they live with it. It's like something my brother would do. Oh my god.
Oh yes, I've already met a few of them. They're so helpful chasing off all the harmful bugs.
Yeah, the like spiders aren't the worst thing in the world, but like, as long as the spider just remains where it is and doesn't like try to fuck with me, and I don't fuck with it, I'm happy. There's also really cool docile jellyfish over there. I mean, yeah, they, you know, with like the great danger, there also comes that. But like, while we're talking about the ocean, it's incredible how we haven't explored like, what was it, like more than 50% of the ocean yet? And there's probably like some deep sea fucking like Subnautica monster down there that's just like chilling and just waiting. And we're gonna find it one day, and then it's gonna be like, oh hi, I live here, get the fuck out. And it's gonna be like, look, I just wanted to explore you, and then go, wow, you look cool, and then leave. You know? Because that would be so fucking interesting. Of course, Mallory treats spiders with the same kindness and adoration any cuddly pet deserved. When we continue pulling weeds to Dandelion Tamer achievement, we continue pulling weeds together side by side. I tried to keep pace slow and casual despite the heavy clouds moving in. We were both sweating pretty soon. And I'm sure, you know, going slower, you could be catching a glimpse now and then, you know.
Phew, I am hot.
Oh girl, you fucking know it.
I almost want to take my sweater off.
Uh-oh. The Memoran Trench. Isn't that the deepest one we know of so far? Or is that another one? I know it's not called that, but I know what you're talking about, which trench you're talking about. But I think it's the deepest one we know of so far. and it's just, you know, going down, and then seeing if we see Subnautica, basically. Wasn't it Subnautica Below Zero where I had a bigger sea creature that was more dangerous than the first one? I think it was. Remember the whale shark in World of Warcraft? Everyone was like, oh, it's like immortal, you can't fucking kill it, it's too powerful. And then there's people who are playing a fucking hunter. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. I give up. I'm taking... I know there's no soda left, but I'm gonna see what I can get out of it. There's still a little bit. Alright, there's no more. I don't care. Wow. She said this with a giggle, standing up straight to stretch her back out and survey the neat-looking garden. I felt myself blush, embarrassed by the suggestion and the image my mind was conjured up. Is she being flirty? Try flirting back? Better to avoid the subject. You know, not seeing a person for who knows how long, trying to flirt back, that always goes well.
Taking your sweater off won't change anything.
I gave an exaggerated wink. She blinked at me and I immediately wished the ground would open up and swallow me whole. Took her a moment to process the joke, but when I clicked she burst out laughing. Her laugh made me laugh too. Opt 1 Gaming. It is what it is. You know? It really is what it is. We were interrupted when Mallory's stomach decided to let out a high-pitched growl. She stopped, laughed, and clasped her hands on her stomach.
Sorry. My tummy must be hungry after all that work.
Mine is too. And I think I felt a raindrop just now, which is probably our cue to head inside. Do you want to meet me in there? I'll pick some things to make us a strawberry salad.
Wow, that sounds so delicious. I'll see you in a bit.
Got a bucket off the porch, spent a few minutes in the garden gathering ingredients. The raindrops pelted me here and there. Quickly I hurried back inside, following Mallory's footsteps. By the time we finished eating lunch, the gray clouds had fully taken over the sky and rain clung in droplets to the cabin's window. Sounds like Florida if you ask me. You know, you go do one thing, and then, you know, the next minute the weather's completely changed.
Well, if we get as much rain as the forecast predicts, the rain barrel sure will be happy.
Those are the big containers on the side of the house?
Yeah, you're getting good at this. It's probably the #1 most important system I have here. The water those 4 barrels can hold can last a long time, as long as I'm careful with it.
Strawberry meme salad. So which memes are in the salad then? That's what I want to know.
No luxurious baths. No water balloon fights either, I'm guessing. Just basic cleaning, cooking, and drinking, right?
Jeez, you make me sound like someone who doesn't know how to have fun.
Yep, can confirm. Verified Florida moment. That's what happens when you live in Florida for 22 years of your life and go, yep, that's what happens. You know, and then, you know, tropical storm, you're like, you know, whatever. And then it's like hurricane, okay. What's the category of hurricane? 1 or 2, yeah, it's kind of fine, you know, just grab a few beers, kick back, sit back, relax. You know, category 3, alright, maybe we need to do a thing or two to, you know, make sure the shit doesn't hit the fan. Category 4, alright, maybe it's time to at least drive out of the state. Category 5, bruh, just open the portal to hell and send me there. And I think they created category 6, and it's like, alright, well, category 6 is probably like, you know, it is what it is and there ain't shit you can do about it.
You're pretty much right though. But you can't just drink rainwater. It wouldn't be safe.
I'm sure there's people who do that.
Oh?
The water picks up a lot of things before it makes its way into the barrel. Pollution from the air, chemicals, dirt and bird droppings from the roof.
Cat 5 for Dark Soul players.
Ew.
Yeah, it's gross. So I add chemicals to the water and filter it to make it clean and safe. I'll have to show you how all that stuff works. Cleaning the water, using the spigots.
She turned her head to look at me right in the eyes.
You're really smart. I like hearing about all the systems you use here.
My cheeks burned under the shock of her beautiful gaze, the admiration I saw in her eyes. I nodded, not knowing what else to say. After that conversation, I went to check the solar batteries. They were full, which is good. The power of the bank would last us a few days if necessary. The two of us settled down near the living room. I worked at my computer while Mallory gently explored things and eventually nestled on the couch with a book to flip through. It was oddly effortless and silence and comfort that filled the room all through the afternoon. Gradually, the sky darkened, and so did the interior of the cabin. It was probably long past the break for when Mallory closed her book and stood up, teetering just a little on her bad leg.
Can I make us some tea?
I leaned back in my chair.
That sounds like a very good idea. Yes, please.
Oh, please don't pull a quill and put all the tea flavors into one tea, please. She meandered into the kitchen and put the kettle to boil. I stood up, went back to the utility room so I could switch off the inverter. There were likely to be any more sunlight for the next while, so I decided to reduce the load on the solar batteries and to run off DC power for the rest of the night. I heard something coming from the kitchen, like a small stifled cough. I listened hard to see if it'd come again, but it didn't.
She's probably just clearing her throat.
Came back out to the kitchen, took a seat at the table. Mallory brought over 2 steaming mugs and set them down.
Honey?
Yes, dear?
Oh my god. It went from 0 to sus in literally a click of a button. Like, straight up. Oh my god. We both froze. I felt my cheeks suddenly warm. Why did you say that? Screwed my brain.
I meant honey for your tea?
Bro, it took him this long to say this. He's going to be more restrained than me. Oh my god, that was so funny.
Yep, you did.
Felt like such an idiot. The reply flowed from my mouth before I even had a chance to think about it. Okay, I said to myself, now salvage this. Less restrained than me.
And I was saying, yes, I will have honey for my tea. And then I was very rudely interrupted mid-thought by a deer that definitely exists and totally ran past the window.
Mallory laughed, but it was a "you're cute" kind of laugh, and I'm not laughing at the kind. I'm laughing at you kind of laugh. So I felt that, or about. So I felt better. All right. Alright, I can read, guys. It's not that hard. After bringing over the honey and some spoons, Mallory sat me... This is what happens when you stay up to 4 AM. And then you do it again, basically. You just can't think straightly anymore. Like, literally, I think I'm just losing my ability to think straight. Mallory sat by me and picked her mug up. Picked up her mug. She took a drink and made a strange little noise in her throat.
Oh, I just burned my tongue.
Why did that sound so much like what's her name? Like, you're on airplane mode.
desperate my tongue.
That sounds like another Crush Crush character. You fried your brain, that'll happen being around us too long. This is my third night staying up that late. Salmon can confirm. Oh, I'm not staying up till 4 AM again because as fun as it was, fuck, my brain is fucked. But yeah, you guys are right. I did have a lot of fun in Discord. That was a lot of fun. Especially like the shit that went down. Seeing Raptor start fighting that dead meme in what's it called? Super Smash Bros. And then telling him to use Samus. But is it me or does this character sound like a different character, like another character in Crush Crush?
Oh, I desperate my tongue.
I can't put my mind to who it sounds like.
Oh, I desperate my tongue.
It'll probably hit me in the face later or go, oh, it's that character, no.
See, that's why I always let mine cool down for a minute or two.
I couldn't do that. It smelled too delicious to wait.
Gotta pour a glass of cold water.
Here, this will help.
Thank you. You're so sweet.
And I'm probably gonna take the L for the rest of the night too, because that's what's gonna happen. No. It sounded like nut. Where is she? There she is.
Ooh, you saucy devil. You're getting pretty good at that.
I'm not the best person to ask. Took me over an hour to figure out who Mel's MC voice was.
Oh, I desperate my tongue.
The only thing I'd ever let come between us is one of the other girls. I'll take the front, you take behind.
Well, I'll see you guys in 3 days.
People keep passing me on the street and call.
No.
Looks like rain today, sugar.
It must be hard for Bonnabelle. Her business.
My proximity alarm.
Claw marks are from.
Oh, boss, you missed that.
Harder, stronger. Bet you hate seeing me go. The other day, I was doing.
Every time I see you.
Love is unstoppable. Come, run with me. Let us check. You've experienced many instances of.
Ooh,
Oh wait, that's right. You guys don't have a voice.
you unhinge me.
Oh, I desperate my tongue.
My sweet marshmallow. You are the nightmare I hope I never wake from.
She has too much British in her accent there, so it doesn't work.
Hello. I must confess, seeing you in a tight shirt preheats me instantly, and a clear violation of thermodynamics. Oh, I desperate my tongue.
I think it's Odango's who she's reminding me of.
I picked up some new chain weapon. I'd like to click your bait.
It could also be Serena.
Hi, I was just
Yeah, no.
I sure hope I don't die. I just wanted to say, the other day you held my hand and gave it a squeeze, and I haven't stopped thinking about it since. Damn, you're good at this.
Oh, I desperate my tongue.
No, it's fucking Peanut. Aw, shit. Sutra. Oh yeah, 100% Sutra.
Won't you play with me?
Nah, it's definitely Mio actually. Because horny jail. Has Mio posted again? I had no idea that Raid Shadow Legends would go to this extent, do any of this. Alright, no, we're not going any further down because I'm gonna get fucking banned. Go back. After taking a few sips of water, she sets down her glass and looked at me with a sad sauce smile. Or me. Sus time.
So, why would someone as nice as you feel the need to set bear traps right in front of their home?
Question caught me by surprise. I didn't know she'd ever be thinking about that. Of course, it seemed obvious now. She had acted far too chirper and unconcerned when the accident happened. She must have been holding back and was just now feeling safe enough to question why she'd been hurt in the first place. Nodded slowly.
Well, I don't know who this nice person is you're talking about, but I can tell you why I have traps set up around my house. It's all because of Lola.
Is Lola the long-lost cousin of Liliana?
Ooh, is that a stalker ex-girlfriend? Do you have to defend your property from a lot of girls?
No, it's nothing like that.
Oh my god. I paused to take a sip of tea, taking care to blow it off a few times before drinking. For some reason, I couldn't quite look at Mallory then. Though I couldn't see the corner of my eye, she was listening intently.
Lola was my best friend. My beautiful Bernese mountain dog. She was the family pet, really, but me and her, we had a special bond. After my parents passed away, Lola and I took care of each other. She was a hard worker. She was by my side always, finding little ways to help me out. You definitely would have loved her. She had one brown eye and one blue eye, and her heart was made of gold.
Yeah, you're actually right. Defending against Ayano, because Ayano is Ayano. Is anyone even streaming the one category that Twitch has for Yandere Sim? Yandere Simulator 1980s mode. Committing Crimes Again, Part 2. More Yandere Sim. And they're both playing the 1980s mode because I can tell because they have like the old CRT monitor effect still on it. Which is really cool. I remember having a CRT monitor. Except that was like years ago. One day my cat threw up on it and I'm like, welp. It is what it is. But the monitor still worked and whatnot. It was just, you know, there's cat puke all over it. But I remember the computer, I was trying to play this one mod that Civilization 4 Beyond the Sword has, and it would never fucking load. Or it would load, but it just fucking crashed every time. I'm like, bruh, it's a space mod, I want to play it, it's so cool. I'll play Yandere Sim Yarm Edition. I mean, why not? Because I think I told Paladin Painter this earlier, but girl I'm on, gotta fuck 'em all. I think it's called Bloodborne. Now we're talking about all these other games. So, oh shit. Here we go again. Mallory nodded softly, wrapping her hands around her mug of tea.
One fall evening, I was inside working on the computer, and Lola was outside on the deck, just enjoying the cold. Bernese mountain dogs are, as the name implies, mountain dogs, and they're made to be out in the snow. She loved snow. The deeper, the better. But it hadn't snowed yet that year.
Certain emotions came over me. I had never told anyone the story before. I needed to pause, drink more tea to stop myself from caving to the sorrow.
Lola started barking, and I ignored her. Because she was always barking at squirrels and birds and things, thinking she was protecting our territory. What a silly dog. But this time, it wasn't a squirrel or a bird. I actually don't even know for sure what it was. But the tracks I found later looked like they might have come from a grizzly.
Mallory gasped and held her hands up to her face. Felt like if I stopped, I wouldn't be able to start again, so I just kept going.
When I realized how urgent her barking was, I ran outside. But she was already gone. That eerie silence is something I'll never forget. I searched for her all night and all the next day. I never found her. Just tracks and some blood and fur. I don't know if a bear grabbed her and took her, or if she went chasing after it or what. I just know I've never been so angry in my whole life. I was already dealing with the pain of losing my parents, And now Lola was gone too. After that, I pulled out all my family's old traps from the shed and set them up around the house. It was too little too late, but I needed to feel like I was doing something. It never occurred to me that a human might get hurt in one, and I'm really, really sorry that you did.
I looked up to see Mallory nodding vigorously, wiping tears from her eyes.
I don't fault you at all for what happened to my leg. I was the one who trespassed in the dead of night.
Yeah, that's true.
She let out a short laugh through her tears, sniffling, and I got out of my chair to find her some tissues, and when I handed them to her, I found myself giving her narrow shoulder a squeeze.
I'm so sorry about Lola. That's a heartbreaking story.
Sorry I made you cry.
No. I'm glad you shared that with me.
For a moment, I wondered if this is what it was. If this was it, the moment she would start to open up and share her story to me too. Why she's been outside of my house in the middle of nowhere in the rain at night all alone. Yeah, the crying sprite. Yep. Sad Mallory. Maybe I should encourage her.
Okay, it's your turn.
What for?
To tell me something about you. Something real. Like maybe what brought you here?
Look at discomfort crossed her face. She still didn't want to tell me.
Or if you're not ready to talk about that, then maybe you can tell me something else. Something more light. Please? I hardly know anything about you.
What do you want to know?
Ask her about her favorite memory. Ask her about her hopes for the future. Her favorite memory might be a good idea.
Tell me something about how you grew up. A happy moment or favorite memory.
The right question achievement. So I went down the right path? Because why the fuck not? I guess I read Paladin Panda's mind before Paladin Panda was able to spam it into chat. She pressed a finger into her lips, thinking hard.
My favorite memory? Building pillow forts with my sister, and playing make-believe that we were airship captains flying through the clouds. We lived at the top of the tallest building on our street, which is probably what inspired our game. I remember we had this old pair of binoculars. They weren't good or anything, but we used to look up at the night sky through them and pretend we were looking into other galaxies.
Space is super cool. I approve.
She giggled.
I always loved the night sky. All the stars and planets and satellites. We actually lived really close to the planetarium, and it was always my dream to go there and see a show. But it got closed down when I was just a baby. My mom would always tell me that someday the planetarium would open again. And I just had to be patient. I guess I never really stopped waiting.
She gave me a sad smile.
Hey, I think I've been to that planetarium. I would have been really small, so I don't remember a lot, but that's kind of cool, right? But you know, we could totally go stargazing here in the mountains. There's nothing like it.
She looked away, cheeks flushing pink. She wiped her eyes and shrugged.
Anyway, I should probably let you get back to work now.
The last thing I wanted to do was go back to work. I gave her a little poke, just for suggesting it.
Don't do that! I'm super ticklish!
Oh, wow.
Oh, are you? I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
Oh, really? We're gonna go down this path? We're gonna go down the sussy path. I poked her again, gently waggling my fingers. She twisted in her seat, laughing, her eyes lighting up. Her laugh was beautiful. She squealed and kicked her feet as I tickled her sides. A playful attempt at retaliation sent her slipping off her tail, but I easily caught her, and suddenly it was like our arms were around each other. We sat there on the floor, both of us laughing. through our breathlessness, it was amazing, and then it was a little awkward, not sus. I withdrew my arms and got to my feet. I helped her up. I almost thought I helped Eero up. And I'm like, what? Excuse me, Eero? We stood there for a moment just looking at each other.
I have an idea. Let me treat you to a special dinner tonight.
A special dinner? Ooh, and what would that be?
I haven't thought that far ahead yet. Give me a minute.
I thought about it, what sort of meal I could make from things in the kitchen, pantry. Truthfully, I wasn't much of a good cook. If I could throw together a salad or a sandwich for it, that would be special enough. Because I'm a poet. A thought sprang to my mind. Eventually, there's an old bottle of red wine. I didn't know if it was fancy or even good wine, but it was the only bottle of booze I had in the house, and because of that, I valued it highly. Chicken, you got that right. Originally, I had intended to save it for a special occasion, specifically for the day the virus was cured. The bottle had been sitting on my shelf for many years. The hopeful note I attached to it to celebrate the cure faded and dusted. Should I open it now? Should I open it now? No, special, real special, and meant for a day that might not come. Wine is meant to be shared, my brain reminded me. What the hell I'd do with it? I'd share with wine with Mallory. I swished my hand through the air and gave my best pompous butler impersonation.
A most decadent helping of popped corn with truffle oil and adult beverages.
Mallory stared at me and tossed her head back in laughter.
Dinner is popcorn and nondescript alcohol? That sounds fantastic.
While I had popcorn going, I asked Mallory to go to look for truffle oil from the cellar.
I'm back. I think this is the right one.
She turned the bottle for me to read. The label scribbled my own sloppy Jiffy marker writing were words, the good old stuff. I nodded and motioned my chin to show her where to find the wine glass and bottles, or bowls.
So you made this truffle oil yourself?
Yeah, it's not too hard once you get the hang of it. The first batches I ever made were terrible though. Lots of trial and error before I landed on the right mix of ingredients and timing.
She brought out a large bowl from the cupboard and placed it beside me for popcorn.
Wow, that's so cool. I think it's incredible that you've learned to do all these things.
That's just how it goes when you live on your own. If you'd like, I can teach you.
While reaching up to grab the wine glasses, she cocked her head curiously at me.
You would want to teach me?
Of course. You're a good company, and it might be fun to show you how these things work.
She smiled at me and took the wine glasses over to the living room, dusting them off with her sweater. As she walked, the popcorn was almost ready. Settling to the couch to watch a movie on my computer felt very different, having a beautiful girl beside me, the same one who only a few minutes earlier was on the verge of tears. You know, I haven't tested out this monitor yet for movies and whatnot, but everything else in my room has its ups and downs for watching movies. Like the monitor directly in front of me, that's not my laptop. Its speakers are fucking terrible for all of it. But at the same time, the picture quality, in my opinion, isn't that bad. Then the other monitor, its speakers are a little bit better for movies, but its picture quality sucks ass. But it is what it is. I was happy that I could cheer up her, if it was only for a little while. She seemed happier with the distraction of popcorn and a movie.
Oh my goodness, this wine is the best tasting thing I've ever had in my life.
Sure, her cheeks began to turn rosy after just the first sip. It made me happy seeing her like this. I was glad that I could share this small gift with someone.
What sort of movie would you like to watch?
How about about something with action? And romance? Oh, and some comedy too.
Oh, so maybe something like Crush Crush, huh? Or even Hush Hush, because Hush Hush kind of has all that.
That's a tall order. Let me see what I can find.
It wasn't long before we both relaxed ourselves and be absorbed in the movie. It was a strange story about a girl from the moon who fell in love with a human, probably Keanu Reeves. They had overcome their differences in order to realize that they were destined to be together. That actually kind of sounds like a Keanu Reeves thing. There was also a moon cat that would bust out wisecracks every 10 minutes. It had Mallory roaring with laughter as I expected. Watch food fight. If you guys would see my movie list, you guys would be like, oh fuck, this guy has lived in a cave for 22 years.
This cat, I can't believe some of the things he says.
Oh, this cat, huh? Her laughter was infectious and Stuart had me enjoying it. Despite the subpar humor of the movie.
I haven't laughed like this in so long. Oh my gosh, my stomach hurts from laughing.
Another beautiful Mallory CG. You're not wrong about that. Clumsily, I spilled a bit of wine on my pajama pants. The splash landed right on my... Well, it rhymes with splotch. So, we have Elle who accidentally spills tea on the crotch, and now we spill our own wine on the crotch. I actually haven't seen many movies recently. I mean, same. I'd say the most recent movie I've seen is the latest Joker movie. And I went and saw it by myself. Which wasn't that bad, you know? First time I ever went and saw a movie by myself. I don't know. It was interesting going on a self-date, per se. Scotch. Now we're gonna find out everything that rhymes with crotch and see what happens. The sight of it only made us roar with more laughter. It may have been the wine causing us to act so funny, but it may have just been what we're long overdue for a good honest laugh. Being like this with her made me feel like an old self, or rather, like a person I might have been had my circumstances not forced me to become a young hermit. I wondered when we started sitting so close to each other. I suppose it was so that we could share a bowl of the popcorn without having to reach. Scotch watch. I literally cannot think. It's 12:54 right now, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm gonna die. Notch. That meme's gonna find all of them. Like, we're gonna be going on for hours finding everything that rhymes or that sounds similar to crotch, I guess. Oh boy. Fuck, I'm so weak when it comes to sleep. Like, literally, that's my, like, one weakness is sleep. But fuck. But in fact, Mallory was getting so close to me that I could tell my heart radiating off her. How did I get to the word heart instead of heat? How? I need to know how I did that. You see, chat, this is what happens when I get too sleepy. Like, straight up. But in fact, Mallory was so close to me that I could feel the heat radiating off her thigh beside my hand. I stretched out fingers to graze her leg, testing the waters to see how she would react. What is happening? Yeah, I'm tired myself. Watch. That meme's gonna find all the words. To my surprise, she didn't recoil. So there my hand sat For the remainder of the movie, tuned yours to move either way. At one point, I noticed her hand fall to her lap. I was resting in a way that seemed uncomfortable, with her palm facing upwards. What is happening? It was honestly quite distracting. I could figure out if she... Before I could figure out if she had left it there for me to hold or not, the movie had ended. I missed my chance.
I really enjoyed that. Thanks so much for watching with me.
Parts of it were entertaining, definitely. Like that bizarre turtle in a top hat.
That's right. And how we saved them from that lizard beast was so insane.
We sat together for another minute, recanting the ridiculousness of the story we had just experienced. All of the windows were dark now, and Mallory looked exhausted. I felt pretty tired too. I guess everyone feels tired. I don't know if that meme feels tired. It seems like that meme is the kind of person who doesn't need sleep at all. Just stays awake 24/7, doing pro hacking. It's just the I wouldn't say impersonation because that's not the right word, but like the person who's like the real Ruri.
I guess I should get off your bed and let you get some sleep.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Or she could come to my bed, you know? There's nothing wrong with that.
Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. See you in the morning?
Definitely.
A little reluctantly, I left Mallory on the couch and climbed up the stairs to my bedroom. As I settled in the bed, I felt a little strange mix of happiness and loneliness. Two feelings I haven't felt or allowed myself to feel in a long, long time. Why do I relate to this? Now I sleep in class often. I'm just a numb, middle ground kind of person. I always find it interesting that people who sleep in class, but also I don't, because some classes are just so chill that the teacher doesn't give two shits what happens. Because I had this one class for third period for like 3 fucking years. The first year, you know, we kind of just bullshitted and did whatever we want. Like, we get our classwork done within like 15 minutes of class and then have like half hour to do what the fuck we wanted. So we just do whatever. Second year was kind of the same thing. Third year was... No, second year was a different class, but it was a different teacher, so we were working 24/7. Then we went back to the other teacher, and for the third year, that year, literally I was sitting next to this one guy who I was sitting next to every fucking time, because he literally went to YouTube and looked up like top 10 porn stars in Pornhub on YouTube and started watching that. He pointed the monitor out the window thinking the teacher wouldn't see it. And I'm like, how does this guy get anything done? And then at the end of the year, he's asking me, hey, can you give me all the answers? I don't sleep in chill classes, I sleep in boring classes. I mean, that's actually the way to do it. And then the fourth year, it was accounting too. We played more Uno and more like just card games and bullshitting than we did classwork for the whole year. Like, straight up. The teacher was even like, yeah, so I can give you guys this assignment that should take you guys like quite some time to finish. But then he found out the assignment was actually messed up and he wasn't going to sit there and try and fix it, so he just said, alright, scratch that, we're not doing it. And that was that. The games I play, my gacha games. So you pull out that fucking Genshin Impact and I can't think of any other gacha games right now because I'm so fucking tired. But like, straight up. But I wouldn't blame you though, because gacha games, I'd probably play Crush Crush and the teacher would get mad and be like, get off of Crush Crush. Well, yeah, that's right. We played a Minecraft in class too. It was so great. We got pretty decent at Bed Wars actually, and it wasn't that bad. Well, what else did we do? Well, yeah, we played the game Bullshit, where you deal out the whole deck whoever has the ace of spades starts and it goes clockwise, and then you just go like 2, 3, 4, 5 all the way through until whoever has like clears their hand out all the way wins. But yeah, used to for Genshin Impact or Genshin in particular, but the space it takes my phone is yikes. Yeah, that's unfortunate about like Genshin, how it's becoming a bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger file. But at the same time, you know, them fucking titties in that game, bro. They're like, they take up a lot of the space, you know? Especially boob swords, because she has a lot to store. But man, Bullshit was such a great game because I spent I basically won every match because apparently my poker face was just that good. Now, have I ever played poker? No. It's fine though, I transferred to the PS4. Sussy? Space ain't an issue now. You got that right. Do you have the PlayStation 4 sword? Because someone else in chat who you guys haven't met yet, Shots, he has the PS4 sword and fuck. It's really fucking good. The pain of losing my family had been too much to bear, and so my heart had shut off and I just existed, going through the motions, waiting endlessly for nothing in particular. Now I was rediscovering myself, relearning what it meant to be human. And it was all because of Mallory. Then, as she had known I had been thinking about her, Mallory called up to me.
Sweet dreams.
You too. Get a good night's sleep.
Oh shit, I forgot. I also spent those chill class playing TOS Gag. Go down to Salem. I need to find out if my account got banned or not, because I kind of want to play a little bit of Town of Salem every now and then because of how fucking insane that game can be. But I want to get the Steam version because I want to be able to play the other mode of the game. I forget what it's called. The Coven mode. Coven mode. Because how interesting that mode can get. Ayana nestled deeper into my pillow before I could remember what I had been thinking. I was fast asleep. I think I'm going to save it here so I don't pass out on stream.
Good morning, sleepyhead.
Look, we're gonna come back later. All right. But this was a lot of fun. Coven Any All is such a fucking fever dream, dude. I don't know how else to say it, but you got that right. Town of Salem. Is my account banned? Sign in. No, it's probably banned. Aww. You have specified an incorrect password. Please check your password. Try again. That's the only password I know. Would you recommend? I haven't given Cabin Fever a review. SPS games are the best games I have played in the longest time. I cannot stress how much these games are good. A game could go from having 4 transporters in one game, and I could gladly send proof in the server, to having all categories of evil, including Moth, Coven, and NK. I forget what NK are. Bam's Pest was Pest is like the 4 horsemen, if I recall correctly, and so on. Mallory is such a pure angel of a girl. 11 out of 10. Get the game right now. Allow comments so that people can tell me to fuck off. Neutral killing, that's right. That's serial killer, arson, Werewolf and Juggernaut. Store. What's in the store right now? Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I got stuff in my inventory. I can't go there because of... What the fuck was that? I don't want to look. Town of Salem. Just get me away from the front page of Steam. Wait, really? $7.50 for this shit? Were you still playing when they got the buffs? I don't know. The fuck was that? Either way, I saw ponies, so I think it has something to do with Eli and Iro. Or Iro. So I'm not gonna say anything about it. Because, you know, Eli and Iro, they're two great characters, and I'll just let them at it. But I don't know if I was playing when they got the buffs, because it's... all neutral killing roles got buffs. That's always good. Not recommended. It used to be fun to mess around, but from the rise of insanely stringent rules, got banned for the first time offense ages ago, and no chance to appeal, and the decreasing community. It's just not worth getting into the game anymore. The reason why you wrote where Paladin Panda, if you didn't see it, don't worry about it. Fucking VTubers. Fucking VTuber. The buffs upon release were wild. Everyone freaked out when we saw them. I hate myself. Yeah, so the reason why I think I got banned is because the last game I played, I think I was I above 21 at the time and had a beer or two during that? Or was I just pissed off that day and just threw the game? Either way, I was the last Mafia alive. I think it was the Godfather. And then it was two people. I think it was the Trapper and a spy? Or a transporter? It was one of the two. Either way, it was a situation where I'm like, if I go after the Trapper, I could die. If I try to go after the transporter, you know, could just swap and I lose either way or whatever. But I don't remember what the loot. I know it was a Trapper, but I don't remember what the other role was. And I killed the wrong one. And then everyone went fucking nuts because they're like, bro, you just fucked the game up. You threw the game. I'm like, yeah, but I'm also pissed because it is what it is. But I'm still surprised that like the town people weren't like celebrating a victory. I'm surprised that they're like, you threw the game. They're like, go ahead, report me, fucking do it. I don't care. I have balls of steel. Among Us, if it were civilized. Plus, it's older, so it's better. Quit Among Us and play this game instead because it actually involves brain power. No! Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. Among Us is pretty fucking cool because it's Among Us. Probably one of my all-time favorite games. Started off about a year ago playing this online version and recently got into Steam, hence my low playtime on here. It's a very fun game to play if you enjoy murder mystery type things. The variety of game modes and characters all add to the fun of it. The fact that you win a certain amount of games before reaching ranked mode makes it all motivating to play. Well, yeah, it's gonna be a long, so I'll ping it to you to the server. Also had a game where Mafia won without killing anyone at night. That sounds very interesting, actually. Like that sounds very interesting. I didn't set him up to go do any more of that shit. Oh well.
I think you're taking this whole touchscreen thing a little too literally.
Should I actually fix this to get my, what do you call it? Yeah, get my censored screen up. Alright, then we're gonna go text. Oh wait, no, I have a text. Hold up. Which one is it? Text 5. Text 5, okay. No. Plus text. Add existing 5. I'm gonna put that there. I'm gonna make it bigger. And then we're going to take it from the top. That's actually perfect. Perfect. Exactly where I wanted it. Perfect. There we go. I have my censored screen back. I'm happy. No +1 there. Serial killer roll. Rollblocker like escort targets them. They usually killed like the usual, but they're so bloody, so the tongue can't point finger. Oh yeah, I remember that. So I was there. I was there when that happened. Not only that, but serial killers had an ability to not attack roll blockers. Or so anyone that visits them also becomes doused. This is incredibly fucking broken. You're fucking right about that. Werewolf after night 4, every night is a full moon, which is insane because you can just go on a rampage every fucking night. Drugger, one of the Coven rolls, in case you didn't have Coven when it was released, you roll where you gain a new buff after every kill. Original went from 1 kill, allowing you to kill every night instead of like Werewolf. Kill 2, you get basic defense. Kill 3, you get rampage, where you kill everyone that's in the house, and 4, granting you unstoppable attack, which I know unstoppable is like the top ability you want. Buff gave the roll automatic defense, limiting the amount of kills needed to 3, which is why Juggernaut is always fucking fun. And you don't ever mess with fucking Juggernaut. Well, unless you go to hang him, then you know you just do it. And the bitrate went to 0. Well, I think I should leave it here before we go any longer, and then I pass out, and then, you know, we turn this into a I'm only sleeping stream. Because I mean, as much as fun as that would be, I don't know. Seeing just a random 22-year-old just fucking passing out on stream sounds very odd. Is there anyone you guys want me to raid, or you just want to just hit the sack kind of thing and just pass out? So I won't mind raiding anyone. Well, is Mother V? No, Mother VTuber isn't streaming. Is there anyone streaming? Hush hush. No one is playing one of the best fucking games the world has ever seen. I don't know what to say. That's fucking terrible. Like, straight up, that's terrible. What's this? Discord bots. What's this? What is this? Oh yeah! This is gonna be fun. Kansas next week. Okay. What is this? Why do I have 2 open? It doesn't matter. Alright, I'll leave it here since no one's streaming Hush Hush. I don't think anyone's going to be streaming... Anyone's going to be streaming, what do you call it? Cabin Fever, because, you know, people probably forgot about the game until they bring it back up. Alright, I'll see you tomorrow then. I'm so tired, I'm going to call myself. Good night, y'all. Plague has consumed the town, summoning pestilence, horsemen, the apocalypse. Yes, that's what Pest was. But I'm going to leave it here. Maybe tomorrow we'll do some Town of Salem or continue Cabin Fever. Or hell, who knows. Might even play another game. Either way, I'm gonna leave it here. I'm glad everyone had fun, and I hope everyone is gonna have fun in the future. But until then, I will see you in the next stream. And hello, YouTube, by the way, even though people probably won't watch until this. But have fun, everyone.